since I'm in a place where I could jump to East Coast or West Coast whenever I feel like it, and it doesn't affect me at all, there's been times where I legitimately said, okay, I'm not doing this, ran the set, and since I'm so used to people that just like, run the set back if I quit after one match, I switch servers.
Oh yeah. Well, at least that's a way you can avoid it.
Yeah, I'm glad I can avoid it. There's a lot of people that probably can't. Because
Taking a
I
quick
have
moment to.
imagined just halfway through your stream, error. Trying to figure out what happened. Enjoy your partner Sam. No, I named the drone Sam, not Mark.
Like, there are some people that just your turns.
That's filming.
Your turns. Smile.
I said Sam.
No,
okay, chat. I am content. What do you expect from content?
Just
content.
listen.
What do you expect from content? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so right now, in Tomb's mission, he is standing idly. Clowns. Yes, he's standing idly. So you see that little robot? That robot's called Sam. Now that robot is very, very important to this mission. Sam really needs to win this for robot kind, because understandably the aliens aren't that nice to the robots. They need to be good, nice. Oh,
you were telling a story about Sam the robot. Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's great. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it can't be anything that's bad. It's got to be something that's silly. Oh, that's great.
I had to entertain chat. I found a way.
Yeah, I was stepping away for a moment. It wasn't anything quick. It's just I have a very serious case of like dry skin, and it gets worse if it like starts getting hot and humid and stuff like that. So, for lack of better word usage, and yes, I am going to say this on purpose, I was creaming in my face. Smile.
Moving the designated coordinates.
My god.
Only Grant. Yeah, that's true. You tell me to entertain someone, I'm gonna figure out a way.
I mean, it's a good way to be, just come up with random shit to be entertaining.
Random shit's funny.
Yeah, at best, I would say I'm like a mediocre entertainer. Like, I can entertain people, but it's probably meh entertainment. I'm just having fun with it. That's the reason that I do this shit.
And then
fun.
You hear me with some of the shit I come up with.
See, here's the thing. It's not even you coming up with the shit that's entertaining. It's just, I've watched some of your streams. It's that. Me not being able to bring to words what I witnessed. I will never forget watching you do Legendary.
Redoing the mission.
And it's just like, I'm watching you and you're like, you need to be in cover. I don't think so. What? Never forget that, ever.
It's like, oh yeah, see, I played this game for like 5, maybe 600 hours. I know he's gonna get hit here. No, I don't think I will.
So I just used finger guns and shot somebody. As in my character went to go shoot their pistol, but the pistol wasn't actually in their hand. Apparently that's a glitch, a visual glitch. I didn't know it was a thing till literally going through and finding out about it. But apparently, the glitch is Overwatch with the magnetic pistols doesn't actually show the magnetic pistol firing.
What the fuck was that explosion?
On my thing?
Yeah, I saw it.
My Archon shot the tank that he was next to.
You're so mean to your Archon, buddy.
I mean, he got rid of the Overwatch on the mech, so. I almost went for the Emperor! Because of the fucking Warhammer shit that I've been, delving into. I'm gonna blame this one on Jazz, actually. Congratulations, Jazz. This is the first time you get to get blamed for something. Because of my look into Warhammer lore. 37% shot chance to hit. You can do it! He actually did do it. Wow. Nice. God, the music's so fucking good!
I'm sure you're glad I told you to switch it.
Yes. The chaplain voice was pretty awesome. Yeah, I kamikazed him a little bit. I probably should move Meltdown away from the, you know, explosive barrel.
My brain just went with, I am running.
running.
No, just because of the whole, fuck, what was, Jarvis, not Jarvis, but, the sarcastic robot.
Oh,
What was his name?
Julian.
Julian.
Well, in this situation, it's not. It's a random individual that got the nickname Meltdown. But that is the nickname of your chaplain, yes. So you know what's funny? Video game remakes, live action adaptions, and stuff like that kind of have a lot of similar things in common as to why.
Are you going to actually pick up the new Monkey Ball or no?
The new what?
The remake for Monkey Ball 1 and 2.
I don't know. I'm like on the fence on that.
What's your favorite sport?
I don't really have a favorite sport. I don't really watch the sport. Like, I've been starting to watch golf a little bit.
Golf is honestly, I think there is actually Monkey Ball Golf.
So Monkey Ball basically is a blender of everything.
Basically, here's race trucks, here's multiplayer, here's single player trucks, and here's mini games. Enjoy them.
Okay.
And for $40, that's a steal. That's a steal for 2 games. Fuck. 100% worth getting. There's like, I'm gonna play so much Monkey Ball Billiards. It's gonna be fun.
Well, it'll go on my long list. I'll have to see a little bit more. Well, it doesn't scream to me right now.
Oh yeah, no game can scream until you make it scream. Take that as you will.
I was just about to say my brain stopped. Imagine the screeching tires, and I was like, I need an adult.
There's one person that can get away with saying that shit, and that person's me.
No, there's a lot of people that can get away with saying it. It's just like, what? Moving on.
I mean, I made you question egg, and then I made you realize, hey,
It makes sense.
it's an egg.
When you boil it down, it makes sense. But no,
I see what you did there.
thank you.
Are we cracking those jokes now?
It was very hard for me to keep a straight face when I was coming up with that.
You know what? You're very glad that I don't like them soft-boiled ones.
I like puns, dad jokes. I love those. I don't know why. I myself.
Oh, that's what I was saying. You always like it sunny side up because you always like cracking them. But
You hit the side of the wall, my friend. That is not what I wanted you to do. At all. Coin toss to hit in our favor. We hit and we killed. Awesome, awesome possum. It's been a while since I said coin toss to hit in our favor. And we'll go for a coin toss exactly 50%. We missed. That's a shame.
well, I hit my coin toss.
Did you literally toss a coin?
No,
Toss
but I
a
hit both my
coin
stuff.
to your witcher. I've been watching The Witcher lately, if you didn't notice.
Toss a coin to your chat. Have you seen the animated series yet?
No, I'm going to though.
It doesn't look that bad, but
Isn't it a
then again, like,
prequel and it revolves around Vesemir's life?
that would make sense why his hair is not gray.
Yeah. It's like all about young Vesemir.
Young Geralt.
Like young Geralt. Geralt.
It would be pre-Witcher Geralt.
Potentially before he's gone through the trials.
Mm.
I do
That'd
not
be
know,
cool.
though.
I'm going to use an explosive barrel on a purifier to make an explosive barrel.
Yeah, you went through ammo like on 2 turns you needed to reload.
I
Anyways.
love when you first play as Kami, you're just like, these bolters are so cool, and then you realize, oh, you need to like reload every time.
Well, no, it wasn't that. It was a combination of the ability. Jazz was basically firing 3 or 4 times a turn, and they only had 8 rounds. So, like, if they got really lucky, they would shoot 4 times. And that happened one time in 2 turns. They were literally out of ammo, and I was like, how do I make him fire more weapon?
Where the fuck did that character go? Went into darkness and just vanished.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes they would only do 1 turn. I would overwatch them, and they would like weapons hot, and then that would go into the overwatch of multiple overwatches. My character's about to die. Please miss.
Seems like that'll help me for no reason.
Please miss. Not me, them.
Shot failed to connect.
Or you can completely avoid shooting. This is what I don't get about the AI in this game. The AI will move a character into a flanking position, and then they won't... Fuck.
They won't fire at it, yeah.
Please kill him with your obsessiveness. Nope. So you're on fire. Hey, medic? Where's our medic?
Vipers are so overpowered they can break the laws of physics. And just drag you through walls. Not, you know, like drag you to a wall. No, through walls.
Heal me. Anyways, what I was talking about earlier was remakes of video games and live action adaptations. I think another reason why they're so disliked and talked down about is because of the nostalgia associated with the original series. Like,
there's few exceptions to that rule, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping
like very few.
I'm kind of hoping that Dead Space will be a potential exception because of how much I loved the original Dead Space.
Didn't their company get shut down or something?
The individual who made the original Dead Space is working on basically a Dead Space-like game, but it's not Dead Space, and they're coming out with a remake of Dead Space, and I'm over here going, ooh. That, and apparently they're making something, I don't know what this is, but they're apparently doing some kind of live-action Rick and Morty, and guess who they fucking got to play Rick?
Oh.
The motherfucking Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Christopher
sense.
Lloyd.
That makes sense.
Well, it's not that it just makes sense. It's fucking hilarious. Because, if I'm not mistaken, the Rick and Morty thing was partly partly inspired by...
The creators are probably jumping in their seats.
Oh,
yes.
That's just...
That is brutal. What the?
I didn't even notice it.
If a Viper gets gets a pre-spawned, they deal 4 damage on grapple.
Oh, the binds? The binds also like increase damage, I think, every time they do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They deal 4 damage.
Yeah. I had one situation where they weren't doing any again it was modded, but I don't think their damage was modded, where it did 20 damage to one of my characters one time. I was like, what? I need to move my character out of your fucked zone. No one puts baby in a corner. So, oh yeah, it was like a little 13-second thing that popped up on Twitter. I'm like, it's funny because it's one of those types of things where I don't know, like, is it gonna matter? Is it gonna make a difference if it's live action for Rick and Morty?
If they do it right, no. If they do it wrong, yes.
Well, that's kind of the case with anything, but how could, like, here's my thing. It's one of those situations of, how can they really do this one wrong?
because animation likes to make stuff exaggerated. So trying to do that in live action, it's a big 50-50.
If they don't go with the exaggeration, I think.
Yeah, no, it's like, cause Back to the Future, if you really think about it, is very exaggerated.
Yeah. I think they can do it right. Then again, fucking Clifford the Big Red Dog. I never thought they would make a live action of that because it's fucking Clifford the Big Red Dog. And you know what they tried? I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is why they, oh, you're on fire and I didn't, whoops, we might lose a character to flames. Anyways, I think the main thing is because they try and, like, modernize and, like, make some kind of conflict. Like, they force conflict on live action adaptations. I think that's the problem right there. Because there is no need for a genetics organization or a company to go after Clifford. All they really need to do is just be like, yeah, Clifford's big, he goes around and helps people. That's it. Just to have it based off the show.
Bork.
What?
Clifford goes Bork.
Yeah. But instead they're like, oh, a magical animal rescuer gives the dog to Emily Elizabeth, and then a genetics company wants to steal the dog so they could make animals big. Why the fuck do you want to make animals big? Let me guess. For military purposes. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, that's what they always did. That's why the Monster Hunter is like a military personnel vehicle gets thrown into a different world.
That fucking pisses me off to no end.
Here's the thing.
That's so fucking dumb.
The characters that were like, you know, like lived in that world, they looked fantastic. They looked they looked great if you saw
That's
them.
why it pissed me off. Not because they had the military. They could have taken the military vehicle out. That's all they had to do. And it would have been fine.
Yeah, because aren't you in Monster Hunter a person that technically lives in that world already, but goes to an island?
Yeah, you live in the world, and as somebody who's plays and really enjoys Monster Hunter World, I haven't really played the other Monster Hunters, but it's one of those things where I would like to play the other Monster Hunters. Regardless of that, though, as somebody who's like, oh, this is great, it's like, it's fucking, like, you fucking got it right. You got the character design right, you got the weapons right, you got all that shit right.
Beautiful,
but you had to fucking throw in that bullshit with the modern military units. I don't want to see somebody shooting a minigun at a fucking
Rathalos.
I want what? I want to see Rathalos get smacked with a big ass hammer.
Or a big ass sword.
Or shot with a big ass bow.
Or there is guns in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, there is. That's actually one of my favorite weapons to use. The heavy fucking what is it called? Is it
actually called a bolter?
I almost think it is. But there's a part of me that's like, that doesn't feel right. It's been so long since I played that game.
Oh, so you know Funko Pops?
I am aware, yes.
I have a Ghost Rider one where he's riding his motorcycle.
That sounds adorable.
Yeah, it's actually cool. I like it.
Or a
I
sword
also
gun.
got
Exactly.
Sword gun.
Like, it's one of those things where this is what I want. At this stage, I don't even care if it's good or bad. I just want a Metal Gear Solid film, like a live action film.
Kojima, the fucking director of that movie.
Regardless of who, they could,
they can make James Cameron the fucking director.
You can't fuck it up. Like, it should be impossible for them to fuck it up, and I kind of want them to fuck it up. Like, this sounds so weird coming from me because of how big of a fanboy I am of Metal Gear Solid, but I want them to make a live action, and I want them to fuck it up so badly now, because...
What annoys me is...
How can you fuck it up?
It's also saying, like, how do you fuck up a Final Fantasy movie? Well, they did. They actually did.
I don't get it sometimes.
Here's the thing. They want... So, Square was at the top of their game, and they said, you know what? We're going to make this Final Fantasy about, you know, like a virtual actress and, you know, blah, 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 blah. But with all that stuff, they made it where you can't see the aliens, and this is a pure sci-fi movie. You've done sci-fi games like Final Fantasy 13.
The problem is this is what they want. They want to make as much money possible by hitting other audiences outside of the fandom, as well as hitting the fandom.
Like, motherfucker, if Final Fantasy...
It's a money thing.
Like, if
It's always a
Final
fucking money
Fantasy-
thing.
Yeah, it is. It's also Hollywood. But,
Yeah, Hollywood does like fucking shit up.
But the thing is, in Final Fantasy, the fucking baseline hero does hero things brought people in. Why didn't you just do one of those basic stories? Fuck, why didn't you do the one about Kefka? Like Final Fantasy VI. You had different characters that you could have brought out, and you had way more in the line.
I'll admit it was funny. Recently, I came like on Twitter. I somehow stumbled upon a Final Fantasy 15 thread where they were talking about the story, and I got to go down memory lane, and I started to fucking tear up a little bit just going through the fucking thread on Twitter about. Did I say 14? I meant to say 15.
15.
Okay, good. Because that like, oh, the story of that game.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I still need to sit down and watch the prequel anime for it,
Same.
where it's just all them bonding.
I got to
and-
watch the prequel movie.
Oh yeah, it came with the game for me.
It didn't come with the game for me. I had to when it was like free on one of those like Crunchyroll sites, or whatever. I got to watch it, and it's.
Yeah, no,
I liked it. I liked it. There was a couple moments where I was like, but I still
if you
liked
got
it.
the deluxe edition, like if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition and got the steel case, you got the movie with it.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was enjoyable.
I'm pretty
And the
sure
steel case was
one of my
worth it.
buddies just bought me the game and gave it to me for the PlayStation edition.
Oh, so he gave it to you normally, not how I would give it to you, where I would legitimately throw it at your face and say, "Fucking play it."
Yeah, no, my friend did it in a friendly. Like, no, they actually fucking funnily enough, they did it pretty much the same way. They just handed it to me and were like, "Here, this is yours now." And I was like, "What?" Yep. So almost the same way, except it's more like, haha, game go burr for you. Where they were like, "You're my friend and I want you to enjoy this as much as I've enjoyed this." And you're like, haha, I enjoyed this and I just want you to suffer with the knowledge that you haven't enjoyed it up till this point. So basically the same, but not.
What's even more fun is with me, it's like, you're just like, Grant, don't buy me that game. You don't have to buy me that game. Grant, no, oh god damn it.
It's one of those things where, yes, I have wish lists and stuff like that, and I only want people to do stuff like that if they
I mean,
want to
be
help
fair,
support.
Those games were like dirt. Those games were like cheap when I bought them. So
True. But
it's
still,
not like I
it's just,
bought it full price.
it's one of those things where it's like, the kindness of people is amazing.
And plus, you played 2 games that you really like, and I guarantee you're going to pick up Valkyria Chronicles 4 whenever you get the chance.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Because I got you addicted to Valkyria Chronicles. Let's go!
And it's one of those things where like, I sure I'm making jokes about shilling out because this month is September, and if you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe for 20% off, whether you're a new subscriber or a resub. Like, haha, very funny.
Wow, you're so etiquette with me. I'm like, hey fucker, subscribe.
I mean, I like to have it where you can do it for me if you want, but there's other, like, say you want to help support somebody else, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just one of those things where it feels like I like the king motive that I got going on, and I will use it in the future. With say there's some jackass in my chat, and no, that I'm not saying like somebody that I know and they're being a jackass. I mean somebody that's like, oh, you're bad at the game, yada yada, and they just like are being a legitimate asshole. Like, you know the kind of people I'm talking about, right? The people that are gonna get banned. That's the time where I'll be like, you see the fucking name of the channel? It doesn't say President Tombs, it says King Tombs. Like, shut the fuck up.
I would find it funny if you said that to me memeing like, yeah, and every monarch fell. Fucking try me.
Look at the queen, bitch. That could be taken multiple ways too. But look at the queen.
We're looking at France or England.
The queens that still exist and the kings that still exist. There's still monarchies that exist.
Not entirely.
I mean,
not to the point where it was. Not to the
yeah,
point where it was.
true, but on the internet, this is my kingdom. And I love being able to say that. Like, I kind of love the fact that I went with the motive that I went with, just because of the fact of, like, it's true. Because in this little section of the internet that I've cut out for myself, if somebody's being an asshole, and I don't want to hear their bullshit, I can fucking kick them out of the kingdom. It's mind you, I have yet. I have warned people, like there's a couple people that have come by that have been a little like pushy, but after a warning they were like, all right, this is fine. I have yet to come across a person who's like a genuine asshole, and I'm happy about that. What?
I'm a genuine asshole.
Oh, fuck off, you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying, so fuck you.
You can't even, I can't even take you seriously when you're trying to do that, because I quote unquote know you too well at this stage, like.
Covering now.
I'm legitimately the person that would be like, so say if there was like, you know, a random thing of like a person randomly got invited to, like, say if I got random invite to Evo, like, just put this into your mind.
Oh god.
And it's for Guilty Gear. Everyone would be like dogging on me, like, he ain't gonna do shit, he ain't gonna do shit.
Not me, I'd be fucking jumping out of my chair. I would probably, if I couldn't restream it, I would not, I would like have the stream on.
The purifiers are actually doing the job, burning zombies. Damn.
Like I would have to watch. I would have to watch if you ever got into an
But the
Evo
thing is,
thing.
like, everyone's like, well, you know, he can't really do much, like, you know, if everyone's just dogging on me.
I would love it.
Like,
I would love it because then I would be like, oh yeah? Well, watch this motherfucker kick your asses. Because holy shit. You got me, I actually had to stand up for a minute because you got me all excited doing that. Oh, you fucking are ridiculous, dude. Like.
There's still a lot of stuff I need to learn.
And the fact that you're as quote-unquote humble as you are makes it even better. Because, like, you understand that you could always learn new stuff. Oh, shit, speaking of new stuff and fighting games, they fucking made Ultra Instinct Shaggy legit, apparently.
In Dragon Ball Fighters?
I don't know what it was, but it was a couple of second clip where Scorpion was doing his little maneuvers in front of the WB logo, and then a glowing green Shaggy with glowing green eyes slams the door open, grabs Scorpion by the neck and says, like, get over here, man, and brings him to fucking hell. And then
because that's just Warner Brothers being Warner Brothers.
But it's like, it's the fact that they made the meme quote unquote official, just like they did with, like, another company has done with Big Chungus, makes me laugh that they make the memes official.
Well, because here's the thing, as everyone gets older, the people that were enjoying memes back then are the people that are also game creators now.
That's what's awesome about it.
They
like,
understand what's, like, how a person would like something, or, like, you know, what would really hit the generation.
And that's why I'm so happy to see some of the games come out that we're seeing right now.
Just like how a bunch of animated cartoons are more anime-like now, because people realize, hey, this shit looks cool.
And that style works really well.
It works well in a lot of different situations, so why don't we do something like that?
Apparently there was also a teaser for the One Piece live action adaptation. I don't know exactly what that was, the logo, I guess.
No, if Japan's involved, like, in charge of it, it's not gonna be that bad.
Well, what's really funny is I've actually seen
I've seen some live actions that Japan has done, they're not that bad.
I don't know, like, I haven't said hey to the person, like, physically been in front of the person who's working on the live action adaptation for Netflix of One Piece, but I'm pretty hyped for it, actually. Like, from the things that I've heard from this individual, it's not just some random Joe, it's an actual fan of the series who is, like, well aware of all the shit that goes, like, that's what I love. I love when the fans work on the fucking product. Because
okay, so if we're gonna bring up a good product that the fans worked on, Sonic Mania. That was
I was
incredible.
just about to say, if there's anything that a fan doesn't want to do, it's fail themselves. And to work on a project like One Piece live action while being a fan of One Piece, it's like, if I could,
Luffy scenes are gonna be enjoyable, probably.
I mean,
Zoro scenes are gonna be sick.
I'm fucking looking forward to whatever.
Okay, I am a person.
I'll have to send you. Here's what I'll do. The first thing I'll send you will be 2 links to the individual in question talking, and that might alleviate any concerns, as it did mine, just listening to them.
I'm a big sucker for like people that do good choreograph for combat, because if it's done right, it looks really cool. Because fighting, and this is what you get if you actually like appreciate a bunch of like combat and stuff. It's like a dance.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
exactly right.
And if done well, it's like amazing to watch. If done poorly, there's two people flopping around.
Then again,
like,
there is a situation where that flopping around is done purposefully and it's fucking hilarious, but it's not like what is it called? Enter something, enter Kun Pao, Enter the Fist or something? What is that fucking movie called?
When companies purposely make it like funny and stupid, like any Jackie Chan movie.
Oh god, yes.
That's different. That's the setting that you're dealing with. That's what you expect, right? But if it's a super serious combat, like say in John Wick, they did terrible choreograph. That would definitely drain the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about it, and for a minute I thought you were saying it has that. But
No,
you were
no,
saying
no.
if it had it.
If it had it.
Yeah, no, for a minute I'm like...
It would definitely ruin it.
And then I was thinking about like the scene where they're fighting to the music, and John Wick's bullet, like every time he pulls the trigger and fires around, it's actually playing to the beat of the song in the background. Did you know that?
No, but there's a lot of details I don't know.
Yeah, there's like so much shit that they choreographed with the fights that make them just that much better, and it's like, damn, they went above and beyond.
Yeah, they really did good with that series. But the thing is, imagine if it didn't have that.
Yeah.
It would really be a different movie. It would be a different movie altogether. Because that last scene, I'm not going to spoil it, but that last scene at the end had so much impact.
Which one?
On what was happening. The very last scene. Like
which
the two
movie?
people fighting. John Wick 1.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Like,
yeah.
It had so much impact at the end, and it had so much good build-up. But imagine if that fight sucked.
Oh god, it would be like a shitty QTE at the end of a fucking video game where you QTE finish the boss.
Yep, like in Halo.
Fucking hate that.
Yes, they did that in one Halo.
That's... Why do they do that?
What? Because QTEs are the hip thing right now in games.
Well, no, I haven't. It's been a while since I've seen.
No, but when they did that.
Oh, that's perfect. You know that moment where you go, I'm gonna do something, and then you do that something, and you realize I've just fucked up. Sectopod, hello, Sectopod. How are you today?
Oh, I'm good. How about you?
I hate that you answered, and my immediate thought was, fucking yeah, no, they would give that voice to that Sectopod.
Oh, okay. If I was an actor, there would be one role I want.
Look at this grenade. Really fast.
So if I was an actor, there would be one role I want. And one role I feel like would do me just like I would want to do the best on. I want to be the Joker. If I was an actor, I would want to play Joker.
I'm not shitting you. Before you said that, my brain went probably the Joker. Because of just how chaotic and braced you are. I think you'd probably, like, with maybe a little bit of training. I don't know.
The laugh, I would need training.
Yeah. For 100%. Certain things. I think you could potentially do good.
But I'm not even gonna try.
Hey, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. I bet you could do way better than Suicide Squad Joker.
Yeah, but the actor that played Joker then is playing Morbius, so he's gonna do really good in that.
That's so funny to me that an actor could maybe not like flop in one role, but be the best character actor for this role. You know what I mean?
Because I'm actually looking forward to Morbius.
That was like the best grenade I've ever had. I almost said that like it was a meal. The best grenade I've ever had. That's a spicy meatball.
No, that just sounds like a Fallout meme.
It was.
Just like, yeah, the best grenade I ever had.
No, did you say Fallout?
By Nuka-Cola. Buy now.
Oh God. Not up to the usual Fallout standards. Do you watch the Internet Historian?
Not really, no.
A lot of his videos are fucking amazing. There's one, The Fall of 76, where it goes over Fallout 76, that...
Why it flopped.
Well, that...
Well, it's better now, but...
Oh yeah, it's a lot better now, but like... I highly recommend watching it. It's really good. Yeah, I'm playing a game. That's right.
Yes, you are.
I had one of those moments where I was like, what am I doing right now? What's my motivation? Oh, that's right. Killing a sectopod.
What is your motivation? Okay, so that's a serious question. If you think what video game character would fit you, like if you were given that role, you would just have a blast with it. Because I know mine right away,
Ooh.
and I know it, and it's funny, because it kind of makes sense, and I want it. But I know it won't happen. But if I ever got it, I would have had a lot of fun.
Ask the question again. Just a character role.
Okay, so what character would fit you, and you would have a lot of fun playing him or her?
Ooh, this is a hard one.
I know mine because my brain's like, I would like that role. I would like that role.
What's yours? What's yours?
Dante.
Okay.
I would like that. Young Dante.
I'm having a lot of trouble thinking of a character that I would be like, yes, no, this is the character that just screams me.
Because have you seen some of the shit that it's like Dante has fun with the stuff he does. He just has fun.
Well, narrowing it down, I can at least narrow it down a little bit. Either something anti-hero-ish or villainous, for sure.
It's either Dante or like, I don't know, I would have fun with Sly Cooper. Like, I just want to be like, basically balls to the wall, I don't give two shits.
Okay, I don't know, for some reason, the first fucking character that popped into my mind, Cobblepot.
Who?
The Penguin.
In
Batman.
Batman?
Yeah. Don't know why.
The low tier that calls himself a fucking boss?
Yep.
He's not really a boss, to be honest.
He's
like
a rich
he's like
kid.
A little bump. He's a
Yeah,
bump
he is. But that I don't know why, but like the stupidest fucking characters resonate with me for some reason.
Deathstroke would be fun.
Deathstroke would be fun, but for some reason it's just like, of the characters, I think I would play a really good Cobblepot. I don't know why.
Another. I feel like the fun characters for me would be playing any character from Devil May Cry, honestly, because their balls is well crazy and I adore it. And like Deathstroke or like a newer villain with Batman. Red Hood would be enjoyable.
But characters like that, like the shitter characters, the types of characters that are like
Buggy.
God, yes.
I had to give you the One Piece reference.
Yes. No, those are the types of characters that I think I would fit perfect in their roles. They're complete,
okay,
like,
so
they think they're the badasses of badasses, but they're complete shit.
No, well, Buggy just became the laughing. Just.
I mean, he's the comic relief. He's comic relief.
Yeah, he's the comic relief now. He's not going to fuck with Luffy. You joking?
I've heard of a lot of like like joke meme theories type things where like people are like, at the end of it all, he's gonna become king of the pirates or Buggy D Clown. I fucking love those things, those memes and stuff like that. They're so funny to me.
But so in One Piece, here's a really strong question for you. In One Piece, who do you think I would be? And would I be a strong character or would I be weak? I'm curious.
I'm trying to think of like chaotic, embracing characters, right?
Because we have the Marines where some of them are insane.
I'm fairly now. Again, do you want me to hear what the very first character I thought of was?
You thought of Buggy.
No.
Huh.
I thought of a villain. I thought of a villain.
You thought of Flamingo?
Doflamingo.
Flamingo?
I thought of Doflamingo. The very first character I thought that like.
He's actually kind of strong though, to be honest.
Strong. But they like love chaos. You know, they're like. They just want to watch the world burn, kind of a situation, but they want to help push it along. They don't just want to watch it; they want to be the fuel of the fire.
And again, I can also see myself being Ace. It's just like, oh yeah, I fucked up, but then like Whitebeard took me in, and I kind of like, okay, we're gonna stabilize you.
That could be very understandable.
Yeah, that could be.
But like, I like to say what my very first reaction or very first thought is because I tend to overthink things sometimes, right? So, it should be obvious that I overthink things sometimes. I'm fucking... You can probably beat the game twice over.
You be Smoker.
Yeah, okay.
You're smart, but you tend to overlook the simplest things.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You're Smoker.
Because
Smoker is genuinely actually like still cool. But he does overlook some stuff.
I'm gonna say, it makes me happy to hear somebody go, yeah, no, generally they're a cool character, you would fit them well. And that makes me go like, the warm and fuzzies. The butterflies, yay. God, I'm such a
Don't turn into a fucking Care Bear on stream.
No, I'll turn into, oh
Mort
God.
from Madagascar.
That's exactly what I thought of, too. I fucking... thought, okay, Soldier McSoldier Face on the Sectopod who just lightning field their own character, or tried to lightning field their own character.
Yes, we know nothing.
That's one of the lines that I like, you know nothing. That's something I say all the time.
Yes.
Hey, fun fact, I'm taking pages out of your book and it's fucking working.
Yeah, it always works, don't you know that?
Want to take a guess at what just happened?
You just straight up said, fuck it, no cover.
And guess who missed their shot?
The aliens?
The Sectopod.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's about the derps.
Oh, I thought that was... Oh, I thought a mod was active when it shouldn't have been, but no, it's not. That made me a little nervous. I was like, wait, have mods been active the entire time? No, they haven't.
Okay, serious question. How much of an advantage would the mods give you, to be honest? Like when you're racing me, how much?
It's kind of a 50-50.
So that they would but wouldn't?
Yeah. In certain situations, be like, oh yes, no, this will help me immensely. And in other situations, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is gonna take forever and a half for me to do this because of these mods. Probably should have... No, I couldn't have shot my pistol. Fuck. Hit your shots, kid.
Moving to designated position.
What other types of characters that we like?
Metal Gear.
Ooh.
Who would I be in Metal Gear?
Okay, hold on. Give me a minute for this one. A lean towards Ocelot.
So the newer one and the older one. Because we have a young variant of him and like a
Younger
older.
variant. I feel younger variant of Ocelot. Vamp. Possibly. Do you know this characters I'm talking about?
Oh, I forgot to rescue the VIP. Give me a second, I have to go rescue it.
Oh god.
I have to run back. Sorry, VIP.
Who else?
I know some. I think Sam would fit me.
I was legitimately gonna say Fortune.
The luck, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jetstream Sam would just be like, he uses a sword against guns and fucking wins.
Yeah, Jetstream Sam is pretty badass. Hold on 1 minute.
Oh, time to entertain chat. How you doing, chat? I did. Neat.
I'm gonna I have to step back away again in a minute.
Okay.
But I can talk for like 5 to 10 minutes. So what did you entertain my chat with? What story did you tell?
I didn't, because I said how's chat doing and I got no answer.
I think Jazz is worried you will say something that could potentially get me banned, and I doubt you would do something like that.
I don't do stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
funny stories.
Yeah. I've known this individual for 2.5 fucking years by now. Not really 2.5, but
2 years.
Let's just say 2 years. At the very least, it's 2 years guaranteed.
I I haven't even found the black market yet. Close it all you want. I don't care.
I wonder why they call it that. Like what it's in reference to. I'm googling this.
Don't even think, Grant. Okay, I got it. Brango Burr. I'm not thinking. Can I think now? Am I allowed
You know
to
how
think
hard
now?
it is to like? I think it's impossible to. Oh. Hold on.
What?
I'm googling. My brain went on that like little rabbit hole. Why do they call like underground markets and stuff like that black markets? And hold on.
Okay, I'm going to hold on to my desk. Now what?
There's many different reasonings behind why they call it that. Some believe it's because nomadic bands traveled the countryside in oxidized armor, which took on a dark blackish color, earning them the moniker Black Knights. These Black Knights, the story goes, would then compete in local jousting matches in which the victor would take the loser's armor and weapons. Because they were nomadic and didn't need extra stuff, they would often immediately sell the loser back his lost armor in what came to be known as a black market.
It was basically like, oh, I win, I just get money then, basically, at that point.
The less interesting and more universal answer is that dating back since time immemorial, the term black has been associated with things unknown and dangerous. Think about the terms black spot, blackmail, and black magic, to name a few.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I love doing like little dives like that and why things are the way they are. Like why certain words have the meaning that they have, or what are some little fun facts that you like? Like what's your favorite fun fact that you could think of off the top of your head?
That dragons are supposed to represent a bigger issue in every time of media. Therefore, dragons are seen as a bigger issue in the sense of, say, Lord of the Rings. That dragon represented the true meaning of what greed is with gold.
Okay.
Like in The Hobbit. So with that, it's like, oh, that just makes dragons even cooler. And how different mythologies always treat them differently. Some treat them as deities, some treat them as threats.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always looked at dragons as just badasses.
Yeah.
Like,
and also different variations of it. So like a Chinese dragon will be more of like a serpent dragon compared to, say, a traditional United Kingdom, like Europe dragon.
that's pretty cool. Also, this is the first successful mission I think I've had the entire stream, and we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Oh, don't worry, I've been having successful missions all stream.
No, I just realized that is the first fucking successful mission I've had in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll make it 3.
5 wounded. 5 wounded.
But another thing is how we used to. So out of habit, we used to carry pocket watches.
Mm-hmm.
Now when pocket watches were out, they're just like, oh, it's just an accessory now. So we always thought that, hey, watches are an accessory, and now we're thinking watches are an accessory now. We're at the point where we use our phones so much for time that watches and pocket watches are nothing but glamour.
Well, we use phones, like, the amount of things we utilize phones for is kind of ridiculous.
You got a phone.
Yep.
Math, you got a phone. Calculator,
Yep.
you got a phone. I love that saying. You're not always going to have a calculator on you.
I fucking... It's even better. It's even better because back when I was going into high school, they would owe every fucking 5 seconds. You're not always gonna have your calculator, and like,
oh, we got phones.
and like that was a thing where phones were just starting to get to the level of where like they're as not that they were not at the level that they're at right now, but it was like becoming more common to realize how much technology can be on a phone, if that makes any sense, right? And I had gotten a full conversations with my buddies at lunch of like, in the future, phones are going to be as good as computers. And there would actually be legitimate arguments about whether or not that was truthful. Like, the phones are going to be too small. Now look at shit. We have some phones that are better than computers.
We have some people carrying around iPads as a phone.
I know.
Like, here's... as technology advances, so does, like, I guess, laziness right now. Because we got technology, we don't need to do this certain stuff.
I think laziness has always kind of been a thing, but the technology makes it easier to be lazy.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't like talking to a lot of people in real life, because, no. So, I just order my food.
True. I mean, for me, I am inherently a procrastinator. I always wait last minute to do all the kind of shit, and I'm like a kind of a lazy person, but like lazy in the sense of like.
Wait, 2 Advent turrets and 1 turret? What?
You got Siamese turrets?
Yeah, I got them. They're both inside.
Conjoined. You got conjoined turrets. That's the one.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the name. My apologies.
You know how to defeat a turret? You just throw a grenade at it.
If it's above, yep.
You just throw a grenade at it.
And it has a. It's. You could.
It's just dead.
Yeah, you could classify that as a quote unquote, like people like, oh, that could be classified as an exploit. No, I think in real life, if you were to do that and a turret were to fall from that height, it would lose its computer components.
Let's go with the mech because that has the biggest risk. Hello, I am Sam the robot.
You brought up. Oh God.
I want to use your body, please. Thank you. I was a 39% chance and I got it.
You Oh
I won.
Hold on. Let me figure something out.
Seems like you still need to do the Hunt the Chosen Part 3 for Assassin Hunter.
I need to also find the other one.
You haven't found the other one yet?
Where's my bond mate? Oh, no. You're there. Okay, never mind.
Oh, I love just running up to a Setoid and just one-tapping them. Feels great.
I got completely distracted. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Oh,
but yeah, I gained control of the mech.
Nice.
39% chance.
Laziness and procrastination is like something that I have issues with, but it's more of a laziness of like. Not laziness of like, I should do this. More of a laziness of like, if I have to do something, I'll do it. But if I don't have to do something, I can just do it whenever. I have a tendency to procrastinate, and I have like a procrastinator's level of laziness, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I was the same way.
That's why I'm kind of like getting a habit of editing videos after stream every day, no matter how tired I am, just to edit videos. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
But I basically, to the point where I was so lazy in the sense of what I did, I would not really feel motivated to do stuff. And say the traditional sense of like, oh, do good on your work and do this, do that. I didn't really care.
Mm-hmm.
In that sense of not caring, yeah, I kind of regret it now.
You found the assassin.
But the sense of that, but when I put my nose down to the grinder, it was I could get a lot of shit done like real quick because I wasn't dumb. I wasn't in the sense of like I was just stupid. I just didn't care enough.
Yeah, I can understand that completely.
And the one assignments that really angered me was like, okay, I want you to write a creative story, but you can only use these 3 stuff to make that story.
Yeah,
I'm like, then why the fuck are you saying it's a creative story? It's not.
it's a guided story.
There's a difference. Like, fuck. That's what angered me so much about it, because
There's
that
a
sounds
lot of
like
shit.
a
Like,
creative.
I never did a single fucking book report. And you want to know why I never did a book report? I know that's a lie. I did one book report. It was a book report on. We could pick any book we wanted to do a book report on, and
I just didn't read the book.
no, I actually picked the book I wanted to read. I read it and I did my book report, and then we were about to turn it in, and they tried to change it up, like, and be like, oh, you have to read this book and do a book report, and
like,
they were gonna give people who didn't read those books to do the book report on time to read the book and do they were gonna give them a month. I straight up went to my social studies teacher and I said, if you don't take this book report that I did, I'm not gonna do it. They looked me dead in the eye and said, we'll give you an F. Then give me an F. And I think me and several other individuals who I kind of helped convince to be like, no, don't do that. Go up to them and say, give me the F or accept this book report that I did, because we had the whole summer.
You just wasted.
You wasted
like,
everybody's fucking time. You say you're gonna give us a choice and then you're gonna take our choice away? I'm not doing this. And nobody else should do this either. They should all go up there, and I think I partly was the reason why they were like, fine. If you did the book report, turn it in, we'll take it. Because the teachers were gonna try and be lazy and be like, no, we're gonna just do these 2 books. And it's like, what the fuck are you gonna even... Oh, that pissed me off. It was funny because after that, they stopped forcing book reports on us.
Like, imagine someone that's just like, oh, I just read all of Dante's Inferno, and I'm like, you know, like, and now I'm doing a book report on that, because technicalities, and they were like, oh no, do this book. You know what? I would rather read the Dante's Inferno, because that's just more interesting.
Well, the reason they try and pick and choose what books you need to do a book report
really
on.
Good poem, actually. Sit down and like read it. It's beautiful.
Is because of the fact that they want certain people to read at a certain level. They want to be aware, like, that's the reason book reports exist. They want to be aware that your reading level is this high.
I didn't have to deal with that in high school. Like, fuck.
You're lucky.
I know.
That's why they did book reports, though. That's the reason. I figured it out a couple years back when I was thinking about why we did book reports and I started looking stuff up. It's because they want to make sure you can read at a certain level, and it pissed me off even more because it's like, wait. You want us to read at a certain level, but you give us these textbooks that are way below the level you want us to be able to read at and comprehend at.
Yeah, it's just kind of stupid.
It's senseless.
And it is in a sense of that, but with this was legitimate, like 100%. This is what happened. I basically got to the point where I knew what teachers I was better dealing with, and I kept getting the same teacher. Great person though, fantastic person. Just he wanted to prepare you for a university level.
Yeah.
So a lot of written material, a lot of it, and when it's like, yes, I can do a creative story, it's like, no, you have to pick these 3 situations out of the 12 for it. And it's just like, I didn't like it, because the sense of creative story, that's where I shined. Where I stuck with the written material, but my creative story was what I could really shine with. And the best example is I was terrible at writing stuff, and I passed the class with just a 50, but I was terrible with all this stuff. And then the teacher's like, okay, we're going to do a creative writing assignment. I'm like, okay, sweet, I know the perfect story. I read the story, I typed out the story and everything, I got an 80 on it.
Nice.
I do a speech in that class, I get an 80 or 75.
That reminds me of this like engineering. Well, I don't remember what it was called. It wasn't like engineering, I don't think, but it was a class where they like used engineering and physics and stuff like that. And one of the projects we worked on and was, let me try that again. One of the projects we worked on was a group project where we had to figure out basically like a crime scene thing where a vehicle, like there's this side of the story and this side of the story, and you need to figure out what side of the story is telling the truth based on the evidence you have. And it was,
you're playing LA Noire in real life.
Pretty much, and it was one of those things where it was so difficult to figure out because we were like missing parts of the problem and stuff like that, and like the way, like it was just, I give crime scene investigators and stuff like that a lot more like, mind you, I gave them a lot of credit to begin with, but after going through something like a minuscule amount of what they go through, I was like, I don't think I can ever talk bad about a crime scene investigator ever. Not that I ever had a point prior to that, but it was like, there's no way after that. And we did other projects afterward where we would pick a subject. It was on two, like these were the two projects. Non-renewable energy was one of the projects, and renewable energy was another. And on both of those projects, I picked out what the teacher eventually classified as the hardest subjects to do a project about. And I ended up sticking with geothermal for renewable, right? And the teacher changed their mind at one point and was like, well, see, the thing is, this is a very difficult subject, so if you want to switch over, it's like they limited the amount of people, like, at first, they limited the amount of people that could pick certain subjects, but after he thought about the difficulty for geothermal, they were like, oh, okay, you know what? If you want to switch, you can switch because of how difficult geothermal is. And I almost did, but I saw everybody get up and go from geothermal because the teacher was like, this is going to be really difficult. And everybody switched over to other shit, like solar.
Fuck it, it's my subject now.
And then that's literally what I did. I looked and I saw I was the only name up there, and I turned right back around and I sat down, and the teacher was like, didn't you want to? And I'm like, nope. I'm going to go through. I literally said this to him. I'm like, if I fail it, it's because I didn't do enough investigation. And I kind of looked at everybody like that, and all I could think is, like, you weak-willed bitches. Like, not in a mean way, but like, I'm gonna do this project. It was the first time I like buckled down. I was like, I'm going to do as much research as possible in this project, and I'm gonna make the best project I've ever projected before. And it was so good. It was so fucking good. The teacher asked to use a copy of it in future lessons when talking about geothermal. Like,
so here's the funny thing. You know how they would be
so
like, oh, you know, we have to do group projects and stuff like that. I'm like, I legitimately walk up to the teacher, can I work alone? Like, I genuinely don't like group projects because I would just like, you know, I don't really get say and stuff I want to do, and I'm like, I don't care if it's harder work. I want to, if I fail on my terms.
Yeah, on your own merits instead of like.
Don't fucking.
Because then you have to like delegate the thing, and you have to split up the work, and you have to rely on other people. I'll never forget, I hated group projects for this very reason.
And there were some teachers that are like, no, you're gonna learn how to work in a group. It's just like.
One time, I'll never forget one time, because the way the teacher graded us, they graded us all on the work we did, and one of my project partners never did fuck all, right? And we didn't do anything either, right?
I have a story to tell you then that would actually put a smile on your face.
After stream, you said?
Well, I could say it after you're done with this.
Oh, okay.
Tangent.
Well, what ended up happening was, of course, we got like a quarter of the grade we should have. We got a 75 or whatever. And all three of us, well, it was a group of 4, but the 3 of us that did all the work we did got so pissed off when the teacher made a comment about everybody's work, right? One of those types of comments. And it was like, oh, hold up. Listen here, you motherfucker. We all put in all the work we did, and the only reason we got a 75 is because our partner didn't bring in that work. Now, yes, we're aggravated about that, but do not talk down to everybody else.
I barely did, so in group projects, I barely did a lot of work, but I still did something.
Well, at least you did something.
I did something.
The person I'm talking did not a fucking thing, and we were like, fuck it. We literally looked at each other and we're like, we're not going to do the work for him, so we're going to take a 75. And we were fine with that. What pissed us off was when the teacher was like, see, this is why, like, the way they worded it was like, we did as terrible as we did because we all didn't put the same amount of effort in. Like, not saying like this specific person brought them down, but they all brought each other down, and we were like, wait, hold up a minute. What was your little story to tell? You got me curious now.
No, this was a bad event happening after a bad event. This was grade 12, first semester near finals.
Yeah.
I was already going through a bunch of emotional turmoil because of like a bad breakup.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
I didn't know how to deal with it, and then we got assigned group projects. Okay, I got assigned a group project on Monday. Now we were going to have the whole week to work on it. That same day after school, my dad called me and said, "Hey, there's something that is like bothering me, so I'm gonna go to the hospital and I'm gonna see how I'm gonna check it out."
Yeah, so it's stress upon stress upon stress.
He was in the hospital for the whole week. I took the whole week off because he has no emergency contact. Where between me and him, I took the whole week off.
I can kind of see where this is going.
And first of all, when everyone realized, hey, his dad's in the hospital, no one judged me. No one judged me at all. No one, like, they just said, okay, this is what you have to read. That's it. No one got mad at me because, I mean, why would you get mad at a person?
Well, I mean, that circumstances out of your control.
Yeah, like, I don't even have any of your numbers. I can't help you. It's just how it is. So I come back. They're just like, then the teacher said, okay, well, why don't you grade yourselves? You grade on how good you thought you did. Okay. So I gave myself just a straight 50. They got 70s, I gave myself a 50.
Okay.
And they said, you don't have to do that. I'm like, no, it's fair. It's fair. I was gone all week. Well, I'm not going to take a failing mark because I couldn't afford it. So I took what I could afford.
That's weird that 50's not a failing mark for you, because to pass for us we had to get a 60%. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Which is so weird. It's like,
well, the way that we do our grading, we do it, which is it's fucking. I hate that we do this fucking method, but it's like A through F, right? A, B, C,
we
D,
had this like
and then F, right? F is the fail.
We had a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4.
Yeah, I've heard about that as well. That's one of the reasons why I also love this. Being able to figure out, like, and talk to people who actually had different grading systems.
It was also funny because during that same thing, since, by the way, I still adore this teacher. I was also gone for one time, and some shit went down. I'm not gonna say, but some stuff went down, and it was like, wait, that actually fucking happened when I was gone. Like not kidding. Like,
okay.
They're like, no, I'm not kidding. That happened in class when you were gone. And it's like, oh shit, what the fuck?
I never really had any. I mean,
cause funny enough, our friend group was. With some teachers, we were the quote. I'm saying this loosely. The favorites.
Oh, okay.
We got away with more shit. A lot more shit.
I got away with a stupid amount of shit when I shouldn't have, just because of the way that I was. Like,
it's like, yeah. It's fucking ditto.
There are 3 or 4 separate occasions where I think I probably should have been. At the very least, at the very least, put into detention.
I got in-school suspension, which basically was detention, but that's it. Like, I couldn't go to any of my classes. The work had to come to me.
That's basically what I'm referring to when I say in-school suspension. We just call it detention to make it simpler.
To make it sound better.
Yeah. I'll be right back to continue talking about high school shenanigans and stuff like that.
Okay, so I have to entertain chat. Okay, cool. Okay, chat, what story do you want to hear? Yeah, Jazz, what story do you want to hear? Because I can say a really good story. Wait, why is one of his soldier's nickname Tickle.
I've returned. Hello? Hello? Has my Discord crashed? Oh god. Hello? Well, I can't hear Grant right now. Can you hear me? I'm not muted in Discord. Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna be continuing this for the time being. Okay, yeah, I think Grant had to step away.
Rolling.
That's fine.
Okay.
It happens. Gotta get back in the mindset of not communicating with another individual at the same... Well, I am communicating with this individual at the same time, but I can't focus my attention on a person who's not here. I'm gonna shut up now about that. I'm gonna imagine as if I was doing a regular stream. That's a better way to put this. At least until Grant comes back around and says, hey, how you doing? We got another hour and a half. Well, a little bit under an hour and a half before I'm either gonna switch games or wrap up, because it'll be midnight-ish for me. I'll probably wrap up, or not wrap up, switch to a different game. I might want to play Apex Legends.
I'm trusting you here.
Another one?
Hauling ass.
Shit.
Position confirmed. Covering. I'm on
right. The miss kind of sucks, but it was to be expected because we only had like a 24% chance to hit. Maybe a 30 at best. We're both behind full cover, so we should be fine. This hunker down, we shouldn't get hit. Yeah. I kind of wasted their run and gun. A lost swarm has appeared. We'll be able to take them out and not deal with the Muton.
Hello?
Oh, hello. You had to step away for a minute?
Yeah, Uncle just got back.
Okay. I figured. I came back and I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, either they had to step away for a minute or things have gone horribly wrong and everything has crashed.
I love Jazz. Don't ask me, Grant. Oh, come on, you can come with the great stories, you know. You know, there was a boy named Tim. He got slapped by a boy named Jim. And they both wanted to date a girl named Kim.
It's funny you talked about that because I was literally just about to talk about, like, going back to shenanigans in high school. How... Now, I'm going to start off by saying my school was a good school, right? Like, it's one of those schools where, like, we've just got the award for best school in the state. Ha ha ha.
Oh, no, that wasn't mine.
Well, the thing is, it was complete and utter bullshit. Like, sure.
No bullies.
No, our people were intelligent. Like, we got a lot of good grades for the most part. A lot of fights, a lot of drugs, a lot of, like, people getting head in
honestly,
the bathrooms and shit.
Weirdo enough to say basic high school shit.
Well, basic high school shit, but it was, like, kind of a little bit rampant. Like, if you went by a bathroom and it didn't smell like pot, something was wrong. Like, the bathroom was shut down.
It was that common.
Yeah, people were popping pills. A couple of ODs happened at my high school.
Brutal.
Yeah.
My high school was just kind of like, you know, no one really bullied. It's because our school was across from a public school, right? And that was our rival. Apparently something happened a while back. Something happened a while back in the sense of why we weren't allowed in the in-between, because in between both of our schools was a swimming pool. Like a swimming center.
Oh, shit.
And what happened, apparently, was some kids from my school and some kids from the other school started to fight there.
Yeah, I can already see what that's...
So when I got to that school, they said, you can't enter that building. We fucking did it anyways, but...
Well, yeah.
Because some people had friends at the public school when they were going to the other school, and some people vice versa. You know, that's how shit is. But it was kind of, I guess it was a bit of chaotic, but it also wasn't, because since so many people did it, nothing major really happened. But there were teachers that were always surveying the area, kicking us out. And I don't get why, because of that one incident, you just can't do it in general.
I mean,
right?
It's funny you say that, because I'm thinking, like, let me put it to you this way. We weren't allowed to bring thermists into my school. Like, really any kind of container they didn't want you to bring, but anything that was like opaque, you couldn't see through, they really didn't want you to bring, because kids were bringing alcohol and shit into my school. And yet our school got good enough grades where we could be marked as like one of the best in the state, kind of a situation. And it was like, how the fuck can our school...
Made no fucking sense.
How can our fucking school be like that when literally...
That's how you can tell that the state just cares about fucking grades.
I know, that they only care about paper, what's on paper. And it's like, that's so fucking dumb. Our school should have literally been probably one of the worst. Because I was one time having a conversation with one of my buddies. And we were walking to our classes through the hallway. And... I'm always, like, observant around my surroundings. And this individual was a little bit focused on the story they were telling. So I kind of had to, like, grab them by the back of the backpack to stop them, because we were about to walk into a middle of what was about to be a fight. And then I, like, pulled them back a little bit, and as soon as I pulled them back, they started swinging.
Oh, just kind of like, not intentionally, but just instinct, I guess.
Well, it was like one of those things where I guess you could, like, somebody said something, I caught the tail end of what it was, the other person said, like, something along the lines of, like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, not one of those, the fuck did you just say? One of those, I'm about to hit you if you don't immediately backtrack. And they were like, it's not fucking wrong or something like that, and then the fight was on. And I was like, ah.
I got nothing.
Dumbasses. Honestly.
I mean, that's just how it is. And the thing is, apparently, the other school, like the other school that was across from my school, there was a fight so bad and it was so bloody that the teachers couldn't even bring it up. They refused to go between them.
Well, sometimes that was, there was one bad fight in my high school like that. Like, one, like, we can't break this up, we're gonna have to call the cops, this is not gonna be good. Like, I can't even remember what, I wasn't there or anything like that, but I heard about it. It was, apparently it wasn't pretty. One of the individuals ended up hospitalized or something like that. And I'm just like,
yeah, those fights are never pretty.
No.
No. Here's the thing. Any person will tell you this. The higher men will talk their way out of this situation or just walk away.
I mean, the biggest, like, I'd never really gotten into a fight or anything like that. But
I couldn't afford to get into a fight. I'm skinny.
Well, that's, I'm a pretty big dude, right? Like, I'm like, I got myself a big beer belly kind of situation going on, but I've always been like linebacker type looking guy, right? Like, maybe not the strongest, but strong enough. And for what, 10 months I had to move to West Virginia. Basically a school season, I had to move to West Virginia to help out with some family issues that were going down. Well, at the time we were thinking about making it a permanent move. Obviously that didn't work out because I'm living back up in Ohio. But it was basically like a 10-month vacation where I got to see how the school system worked down there. The school I went to, the first couple of days, it was one of those situations where everyone was like, oh, look at the city slicker. City boy, what are you gonna do, city boy? Like, that's how they were treating me.
Sorry about how loud they are, if you could hear them.
I can't hear shit.
Okay, thank goodness for the muffling for Discord.
Yeah. Discord's really good at that, automatic muffling shit.
Not really. And it's not automatic for me. I have it like preset.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, continue.
And it was one of those things where every school has their cliques. They have their, like, the cheerleaders, the jocks, the groups, right? Which is something that I didn't really notice or pay attention to because of the way that I am.
I just don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care either, but I could go talk to the jocks. I could go talk to the nerds. I could go talk to the cheerleaders, just for shits and giggles if I wanted to.
It's like if I had a friend, I had a friend.
And
that's how it is.
I think it was the third day there, and it was one of those things where, like, they were getting like all excited about something regarding the city boy, right? And we were in, I had for some reason I became like the best of friends with this one individual who I might make jokes about being like a fanboy of Metal Gear Solid. This individual was like obsessed with Metal Gear to the point to where they were wearing a fucking bandana every single day kind of situation, right?
Yeah,
like,
and then you just have like,
and
okay,
I was
cool.
like, I looked at them, I'm like, this is gonna be my best friend, and the reason because if some shit ever goes down, I want to have at least some kind of backup, and this individual is crazy. But the good kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, how I see it is just like, it's like, cool, you move on.
But it was like a legit. It wasn't one of those a friendship for convenience. It was like I'm legitimately friends with them, right?
Would me and you ever actually become friends in high school?
What?
So if me and you were like same age and we went to high school, right?
Yeah.
Knowing my personality and knowing yours, will we actually ever cross paths?
Probably.
Out of one situation or another.
Yeah, the way that I am, I would like go out of my way to talk to certain people. Especially if like I could just look at them and see that they're not having the best of days. I'd probably bullshit with them just to see if I could cheer them up a little bit. Because another reason why I'm doing this is because I always love cheering people up. I'll tell you one of the stories about cheering up one of my other buddies in a little bit. Let me finish this one first. Where was I?
City boy.
Oh yeah, and it was like the third day. We're in the gym, and this isn't like one of those like, oh, touch your toes. It's like the legitimate exercise weights, bars, like 45-pound bars to use.
Instagram.
Or
Instagram fitness test.
You're laughing about it, but like, if you wanted to, you could put like 210 or 220 pounds on a fucking thing and do, bench press stuff, right? Like it was a legitimate.
Yeah, no, my school had a small gym.
Yeah.
Also, like an actual like workout gym.
We didn't have that in my Ohio schools because our dumbasses would like throw them around at each other and like kill each other with them by accident because of how stupid we were. Or, anyways, and this one kid like kind of like I'm a toughie. I'm gonna kick your ass. That kind of person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're like saying, I'm kind of ignoring them, but they're saying shit that's like trying to egg me on about something, and I'm just ignoring that because I'm not gonna start a fight. And then they say something. The individual says something, and I kind of look around and I notice that like the individual just said something about jumping me, like attacking me in the gym, and the entire class is looking at me like we're about to fuck you up, right? And I was like, oh, this is not good. So I'm kind of like looking around what's going on, and I see my buddy who I'm like best friends with, and he kind of looks at me, and I could tell he's like, oh fuck, I'm about to get fucked up. Because like I said, we hit it off together. We were actually like legit friends, and he was probably gonna jump in and try and help me. And I'm like, there are currently 16 people about to try and kick our ass. We are not gonna win this fight unless I come in swinging hard. And so as he's like talking and starting to like work himself up to about to attack me and swing at me, I step a certain way, and there's one of those bars I was telling you about, one of those bench press bars. Like I said, this is not a light thing. And I like adjust myself, and I'm subtly grabbing the bar, and like in my head I'm going, if this motherfucker swings at me, I'm gonna swing this bar as hard as I can. Because I'm not gonna
fuck out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get in this fight because I will probably not make it out of it. Like it was one of those types of situations. And
the do or die situation.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna swing this, and it's not gonna be pretty because I'm not gonna swing and then be done with it. I'm gonna follow through and hit the 3 people in front of me with this fucking bar. And the dude looked at how I was standing. I'm like, oh, is that so? You gonna jump the city boy? All right, go for it. And I grabbed the bar, and I'm like, I pumped myself up, and I'm waiting, and he looked and saw how I was, and he was like, oh no, we cool. He immediately backpedaled because he saw what I was about to do. I'm like, are we really cool? And like I could just see the fear in his eyes, and I'm like,
no, we cool.
And like I was terrified, like my heart was pounding. I'm like, I don't want to do this, cause it's probably gonna fucking kill him, right? But at the same time,
those kids, like they just think they're tough shit.
Well, it's not just that. It's like, yeah, they're dumb kids, but it was like crowd mentality. He's getting pumped up. He's about to, with 16 other people, jump this kid and show the city boy who's boss. And I'm like, you're gonna fuck up if you do this. Not even because of what I was doing, but because imagine if I wasn't paying attention and that happened and I got seriously hurt or worse. You know what I mean? Like one of those situations. But luckily nothing came of it, and it was all good at the end of the day. But yeah, that's like the worst situation I think I'd ever been about to be in.
So you know how Evil Lord is just broken in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, his 2 abilities he got as a grenadier, rapid fire and deep cover.
Oh
right now.
God. On to a lighter subject.
I forgot Halo bullets. How does that fucking work?
I don't know. Just hail bullet go burr.
Bullets go burr.
Yeah, bullets go burr. On to a lighter note, I always loved cheering people up if they were in a bad mood, and one of my buddies was gonna ask a girl they liked out to prom, and I myself didn't really care about dances and prom and stuff like that, but they were really excited for this, so I was like cheering them on, egging them on, excited for him, and I was like, you know what? When I got home, I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna ask him how things went, right?
Oh.
So I call him up and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, hey, and I'm like, oh fuck. And in my head I'm thinking they said no, right? Something like that. And they go, well, I've been better. I'm like, didn't work out, that sucks. And they're like, well, not exactly. And for a minute I was like, what do you mean not exactly? And this made me so fucking mad. They go, well, I went to go ask her, and I started it off like you said, like, start off with like, are you, like, right off the bat, are you going to prom with anyone, right? Like subtly, more subtle than that. Mm-hmm. And they said yes, and they said who they were going with, and I was like, wait, what? And they like, yep. Their friend, the person's friend, who knew the individual I was talking to on the phone, like that individual was gonna ask him, and they liked that individual. Their friend asked her before him, and she said yes. I was like, I immediately went, like, my brain went through a list of things of like, how do I cheer this person up immediately, right? Like, what joke do I say? Because my brain went, I could offer to kick their friend's ass, but that's not the kind of person that I'm talking to. They wouldn't do that. They're like, that's what pissed me off. They're so fucking nice. Like, the person, so fucking nice, and their friend did that to him, right? Like, that's not a true friend if they're gonna do that kind of a shit. But here's where it becomes lighter. I go, well, does she have a sister?
To interrupt you, that's a cool fucking nickname.
What?
Martine Ice.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I start off with a joke, like it's one of those of like, you know, the stereotypical date their sister to get back at them kind of a situation. Mm-hmm. I immediately go, does she have a sister? They started laughing immediately, and they're like, you know, I can't do something like that. I'm like, well, yeah, I was gonna say something like, oh, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but you don't want a fucking fish. You want this girl.
You don't want fish, you want a mermaid.
Yeah, something like that I said, and they were already amused by that, like after the icebreaker.
Hey, you know what pizza I got?
Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut? I don't know. What?
I got pepperoni.
Boneless,
bacon,
you got boneless.
pineapple.
You got boneless pizza. Oh,
No,
fuck
I
yeah,
got
pineapple on a pizza? Fuck yeah.
I got pineapple, pepperoni, and bacon.
I love pineapple on pizza.
Honestly, it's not as bad as people say.
Okay, here's the thing. I think it's the idea. This is the problem. It's the idea of it that bothers people.
I've had potato on pizza. It's not bad.
I've had a lot of shit on a lot of shit that people would look at me and go, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Here's the thing, like, do yourself a favor, ever have pineapple on a burger? It actually goes well with it. Fuck, part of me wants to be like, pineapple on a hot dog? It goes well with burgers.
That's actually pretty good. I liked it. Really, especially when it's like, you know how you can like, you cut the pineapple up in not little chunks, but
when you say
those
grilled,
rings.
my brain went to what Gordon reminds me, and it's just like, you gave me a grilled salad.
I was gonna say, it's fucking raw!
No, wait, no, it was grilled lettuce.
Oh, God. I love the Gordon Ramsay memes, I really do.
Yeah,
He is the best.
He is. But there's also times where it's just like, you know, part of me feels like he plays it up.
Of course he plays it up. Like, the reason, you want to know why he's doing that? Like, the legitimate reason why he's...
It's entertaining.
Well, it's not that, just that. It's also to try and put pressure on the cooks. Like...
You know, I'm here to impress Gordon Ramsay.
Like, he wants to be able to, like, know that you could handle...
Pressure.
Stressful environments.
Because guess what? You're a cook. You have to handle stress. What? The one bite slices.
Ooh, nice. Ooh,
You know what I'm talking about, like personal fans.
Yep.
One bite slices.
Mm-hmm. You know what my favorite thing to do with pizza is? Take 2 slices.
Make a sandwich.
Yep. It's God, it's great. It's probably the most unhealthiest shit ever, but it's so fucking
You know what I do?
What do you do?
I do this with Domino's pizza. I get barbecue sauce. I bite the tip of the pizza off. I fold it and I dip in the barbecue sauce.
Yes, I actually like make the sandwich I make. I use barbecue sauce and ranch to make like. Oh, it's so good, making my mouth water.
But yeah, no, I don't get people that are like, oh, I just like pineapple. You barely taste it, for fuck's sake.
Well, it's also, oh, that's what I was saying. You know how you can like have sliced pineapple when it's the rings?
Mm-hmm.
Grill that, like put down a thing of oil, and grill that alongside with the hot dogs, and then cut the pineapple up and put it with the hot dog. Holy shit, it's awesome. It's like the best. Is Major the highest rank, or is it a rank above Major?
There is...
Major. Chip Hazard, reporting for duty.
Major... No, Colonel. Colonel goes into Major.
Colonel. Okay. I can't... The Hunter, the Assassin, the Warlock. It's the Warlock. Did I kill the Warlock already? No.
Oh, I had to go for the meme. 69%. I had to go for the meme.
That's a great meme. I love memes.
But with my school in particular, there was one time that, okay, since my friend group was kind of like, okay, they're just fucking around, they're just, you know, they're LARPing, they're just using their sword fighting with foam sword, but they know about it, and they know the risk.
You know what sucks? Back in my school, I'm pretty sure people didn't really discuss playing Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that outside of the group that I was with, because they'd probably end up getting their ass kicked.
Considered nerdy, when in reality you have more fun than...
When I was leaving high school, that was around the time where nerds started to become, like, quote-unquote popular.
Weirdo enough.
Like, it would be okay to talk about, like, after I left, it was okay to talk about D&D and LARPing and shit like that. When back then, I didn't even... You wanna know when I figured out what the fuck LARPing was? When I was 20.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
After?
Yep. I never knew LARPing was a thing until I turned 20 years old, and I was like, what the fuck? What? How did I not know about... Oh, because if people talked about LARPing, they would get their ass kicked.
Also, that whole thing about streamers can't... You can't eat while you're on stream. My whole philosophy is like, fuck you, I'm hungry.
The reason I won't, like, I'll mute myself when I'm chewing, because I don't know what it is, but I have an issue with watching and listening to somebody eat, but like when they do it a certain way. And for the most part, a lot of the streamers that I seem to...
Can you hear me eating now?
No. That's why I've not complained about it. That's why I've not complained about it.
I can just do it because it doesn't affect my mic.
Mm-hmm. But the ones that I have a tendency of watch, when there's like that kind of shit.
No.
You know what I'm talking about, obviously.
Yeah, like the whole open mouth.
Yeah.
Like when you
like,
talk with the kid, like eat with your mouth closed and show it up.
Well, because one of the things is because of the like I would never shut up when I was younger. Like if you think I talk a lot now, it was worse when I was a wee little lad. And
Yeah, don't worry. I can imagine little King Tombs. Why? Why?
Oh no! It wasn't why. It wasn't. No, trust me. Why would have been fine. It was like one story into another story into another story into shut the fuck up. Like that.
I'm still like that.
Like my parents, obviously, they weren't saying this in a way that was like mean, but they'd be like, do you ever shut the fuck up? No, okay, like one of those situations. And I totally lost my train of thought.
Food and nerds.
Nope, it's gone. It's gone.
High school.
That meme from South Park, and it's gone.
I'm sorry. My brain went with like every time Cartman's like, come on, let's fight. One time.
Oh no, it's funny you say that, Jazz. Me and my parents, we have a like, we'll call each other assholes all the time and shit, right? Like I flat out one time, there was this one video my mom was showing me, and I had thought that I already saw the video, because it involved a mask, right? And it was like the person had a little spray thing with the mask, and the individual, this was the part that I was literally about to say, yeah, I've seen this. They spray through the mask, but they don't, like, nothing goes through the mask. Like, they use a fluorescent type spray that they show a black light on to show how effective masks are. But that wasn't the video. They cut through the mask and turn it and open it up, and the edit is when it opens up, a spider jumps out at the camera, right? Scared the shit out of me. I flat out look at her in the face. I go, as we're both like kind of laughing, but I'm scared. I'm like, you fucking bitch! Oh my god! And we're laughing our ass off though.
Oh,
like,
okay. So
that's the kind of relationship my parents have with
mother.
Me.
I could legitimately walk up if my mom and dad are like fighting. I am legitimately willing to say this around them. I'm willing to say, both of you, shut the fuck up. And just not care. Like,
yeah. I almost threw the phone. Sorry. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I have that kind of stuff where my family doesn't mind me swearing. They understand, hey, I do it. You can't stop me even if you try.
Oh shit, I thought you monitor. Whoops.
What?
Apparently Jazz accidentally decked his mother in the face when she showed him the video. Whoops. Whoops.
Why are we laughing about you fucking doing it?
I can't believe you've done this.
Well, I've done it, so believe it.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's not great, but it's funny.
But the one thing that this is the funny thing that I would be like, so say if like theoretically I get cloned. They would know. Day one.
Like, that fucking came out of left field. So say I get cloned, right? What?
Tomb, you should know this by now.
No,
I'm a bundle full of chaos, so life is fun. But the thing is, like, so theoretically, say I was cloned. They would know if I was cloned or not, just because of the clone would be like, you know, I say if like the government do like, oh yeah, cloning, they have to like act all like, you know, generic clone.
Yeah,
stuff,
like your generic stereotypical
like,
film.
I'm respectful.
Film clones.
I'm a good person.
They'd be like, who the fuck are you?
It's like that's not him.
No, it's kind of similar with me. Like, the reason my parents are alright with me cussing kind of the way that I do is because they themselves, when I was growing up, cussed.
I'm joking.
Well, plus, it's one of those things where, luckily, my parents dislike hypocriticalness as much as I do. So, like, they're not gonna be like, don't you fucking cuss. Like,
I love that line so much.
Yeah, I knew you would get a chuckle out of that. It's one of my favorite ones too.
Fucking cuss.
Don't you fucking cuss at me, you little shit.
Fucker.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I'm kind of the same way, Jazz. I like if I'm not apologetic about something, like if I say or do something and I mean it, I'm not gonna apologize. Like,
Let's do this.
I can't say sorry if I don't feel regret about that thing. You know what I mean?
It's just how it is sometimes.
Moving to designated coordinates.
And it's not because I'm like being an asshole. It's partly because I'm stubborn. But it's like I'm
Well,
gonna stick to my beliefs and stick to my guns. Like
I'll
never forget the day that the superintendent of like the I'm the person that guides who gets the pencil, like which schools get pencils and which schools get textbooks. One of those motherfuckers, right? Was at the school. I sat down at my table and I look at my buddies and I go, "Who the fuck's that?" Like fly catching looking motherfucker, because they got this dumb look on their face, their mouths open, like they're trying to catch flies, right? And they're like, "Dude, that's the superintendent." All right, thank you for telling me that the dumb looking motherfucker's the superintendent. What does their position have to do with what I think of them? Mind you, they could be a good person, but you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I don't get people that be like, "Oh, you disrespect me. I'm so and so authority." Yeah, so fuck
Respect
you.
is earned and never given.
Yeah, and the thing is like, so I legitimately said this to describe this. Me and my mom, we're both fans of Final Fantasy, right? And
Yeah.
a question got brought up, and I straight up said to her, "So why do they add a lot of big titty goth bitches in Final Fantasy?"
Who asked that question?
No, I said that outright.
Oh.
And it's just like,
Because goth
I mean,
bitches
like,
are
yeah,
hot
they
and
do.
big tid. Everybody
And it's
loves
like,
big tid.
she's like, "Oh yeah, because Square loves doing that." It's like, yeah, no, they always add like a big, and I kept on using the term big titty goth bitch.
That's great.
And she's not phased at all.
All right, you're gonna have to give me a minute. My apologies for
what?
stepping away so much.
I have to entertain chat again. Woo! Okay, chat. How do you want to be entertained? Okay, jazz. Okay. So, do you like jazz? Yeah, of course you would. That's why you named yourself jazz. So, like, what kind of jazz do you like? Or do you like jazz at all? I don't know. But do you like jazz? Oh, the whole conversation and everything. It's like a probably heard word. So, jazz. You haven't answered the question. Do you like jazz? I'm happy with your plasma cutter. I don't fear. Gotta keep that evil lord ego going. I wish I could say that joke and Kate. Oh, that could have been a perfect name. But it was ruined because there's no Y.
Aha! Guess what I got?
I made Jazz mad.
Oh god, what'd you say I do?
Do you like jazz?
That movie's so fucking stupid.
I
B
love
movie?
it.
I love it too.
I liked it when I was a kid. I still like it.
I love
now.
it too. I love it too, but it's so
So,
fucking
read
stupid.
what Jazz put in.
Yeah, I read it.
So you know what I said?
What?
Do you like jazz?
You're an idiot. But you're a
Yeah,
lovable idiot.
that's your no, man.
Will do.
So I guess what I got?
A cookie.
A hot dog.
But what about a cookie?
I got no cookies right now, unfortunately.
I want carrot cake Oreo.
Let's talk about B movie for a minute. Have you ever seen the B movie weirdness YouTube video?
How bees carry a fucking plate.
No, not even just that. Just like where like the female character leaves her fiance or husband for a B.
You know what?
Barry B. Benson. Is that his name, Barry B. Benson?
I think, but who
Why
knows?
the fuck do I know that? I've seen that movie
because
once.
I've seen that movie like 3 times. I still like it.
Well, technically...
Over the Hedge. Okay, let's talk about weird movies. Over the Hedge.
I like that movie too. It is a weird one though. With the raccoon that's owes a debt to the bear. The bear.
The fucking like just the big electric kind of.
Yep.
blast at
When
the
they
end, it's
drive,
like,
when they're
what
driving the
fuck?
car, when they're driving the car, and the possum thing where they play dead and all that. Oh God, you're making me remember.
Every time someone says possum, my brain goes, hell of a boss. I'm not a possum.
Yep. Less claw, more paw.
And I love how it's just like it progressively gets worse. It's like, I'm not a possum, man. I'm not a possum. I'm not.
The security system. Oh my God, that security system. And like the when he drinks the energy drink, oh the squirrel is my favorite character, hands down.
What's weird is like, okay, so some animated movies people really get attached to, which I get, but then there's some that people like overlook, which I don't understand. I guess Atlantis didn't go like perform that well.
I know. Atlantis is one of those sleeper hits. Atlantis was one of it's I was gonna say it is one of, if not my favorite fucking film.
Get on stream.
Oh my God.
I guarantee you this too. He's going to wait till I start streaming, and then he's going to come with the plasma cutter.
Oh God, you know what? You need to play a game where they have a plasma cutter, and it's like just a tool that's normally used to repair. I wonder, they should have a plasma cutter in the new Battlefield game. So you need to get the new Battlefield game. Jazz is gonna get it if they have a plasma cutter. He's gonna be the engineer, and he's gonna use it to cut.
Jazz is just gonna run at me.
Yep. That's exactly the situation. They need to make sure they have plasma cutters in the new Battlefield game.
You know what I'm gonna say to Jazz?
Miniguns go burr. I don't know.
Do you like Jazz? And just run? At this point, it's like...
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good... man.
You get to the point where it's like, it annoys me. I'm aware it annoys you. What are you gonna do about it? It's like if they... Because when people say... When they do that, it's like, okay, it's still joking. But when it's actually like, legitimate... Dead? You know, Jazz, I'm the only one that can find a way out of that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. What was the saying? You could roll 100. You could roll 111 dice, and they would all come up 6s.
Yeah. Oh, Jazz sent me down to the afterlife. Oh no!
You'll fight your way out like Kratos.
1 week later, hey Jazz. How? You're really questioning how I do stuff.
Probably became best friends with the Underworld's like daughter or something like that. The leader of the Underworld's daughter.
I am chaotic by nature.
Kind of like how Johnny Depp got the role he got that really like kind of set him on his career. Where the director's daughter said, he looks so dreamy, you need to put him in your movie. And he's like, okay. You ever hear that story?
I rolled a 5.
You rolled an 18 Jazz rolled an 18. You rolled a 5.
You know what? I'm better with D20s anyways. Watch this.
Oh God, please roll a 20.
I rolled a 6.
Damn it. Well, hey, you're better. Yeah, that was better than... I gotta try and roll. How do I do the command exclamation point
so
D?
Beautiful. You rolled an 8.
I hope I get the best rolls out of both of you. That would make my day. A D100 first. 82. Yes.
Hey Tomb, you know what? Since you just rolled, I'm gonna roll better than you.
And then D20.
63.
82 is really high. Obviously.
11. Hey Chaz, how you doing?
D20.
14.
14. Poggers.
D20. 16. Fuck you.
Nice.
D-toy. You have to do it again. You have to type it in.
Who, me?
No, Jazz. Because I just...
Yeah, you gotta
5
wait.
seconds.
There's a time limit on commands. 5 seconds is the lowest that I could do.
Oh, you know what we do? This is the mission I'm ending it on. A mission called Fuckery, since I just start a brand new game every time. Yeah, just for that.
How the fuck is it almost 11:30?
How the fuck is it ain't time? It's called We Game. And time goes
It's-
by.
We're having too much fun.
The best way to say is Jazz, heads or tails.
I do have a coin flip, don't I? Do I?
Heads or tails.
Exclamation point flip. Tails, I'm gonna say. Jazz, what are you gonna say?
Heads.
I do have it. Yes, I did put it in. Nice.
Heads. Anytime, so, what's a good story I could say with that happened in XCOM? Okay, so let's finish up the starter story that we were doing. We didn't finish it up.
Oh, we didn't?
So, no, we didn't. We talked about how my character was created, not what happened. You good there, Jazz? Okay. Heads. But the thing is, like, okay, so the story basically is, we're at the point where my character's made. I'm still on my first mission. I say, fuck it. I want to go fight an egg. I'm 1v1.
Oh my god, that's right. And you were a ranger too, weren't you?
And by the way, that mission, all my hits were crits. Either I missed or I crit.
And you were like literally out of cover, mano a mano with an egg.
And I won. Without repeater proc.
Hey, I got tails. There was one turn it felt like you shot 3 times in one turn.
But that entire time, I got all crits. Then the next mission happens. I get down to 1 HP, I get sent out, and I say, hey, War, get me a Septopod. Like, War comes back, you know, we get a Septopod leg, my brain goes, I hit you with the leg.
I
And that's how
forgot.
me and War became
I
rivals.
forgot how like the interaction slowly started to occur between all. Oh, you assholes.
And then Pokemon
doing
Master
that.
had this
So
hit,
hold on, listen,
had
hold
this-
up, before we go there, let me break it down for you, Jazz. I think we've already broke it down, but let me establish this.
Air bones.
We got. This was before we like really started to establish squads, right? It was just their characters.
It was a character.
We had a
they-
couple of people
nothing
who
was
showed
attached
up for
to it.
one day and like had their characters, and I threw them in. Then we had people like Pokemon Master, Grantkirkland, War Dog Leader, and Smork, who all created characters, all showed up at like around the same time and were role playing their characters and like interactions with each other. Like I would look over when I'm on the ship messing around building stuff, and I would see them talking to each other as if they were interacting on the ship. So,
Storm.
well, it's Stormwalker now. Smork, their name used to be SMORK, but they changed their name to the nickname of their character. In
Was it second run that?
I think it was the third run or something like that. Also, I'm realizing as I'm saying this, remember one of my things I said about why I like when I would be happy? I just realized I've kind of hit my like I'm on my satisfaction of how happy I am with when I stream. Like
So many choices.
Stormwalker doing what they did is one of the things that I've like it didn't click for me until just now that was one of the things that I wanted to have happen during my streaming career. Now there's a lot of shit.
Name and come back.
What?
Change names and come back.
Well, like me doing something stuck with somebody so much that they changed the name to base it around something that like Stormwalker.
I mean, I got a command out of all the bullshit that
I know, but like so let me be dumb for a minute and realize that I've been doing the
you're
thing
dumb
that I
all the
wanted to
time.
do. I know, that's why Derp Command exists, damn it.
Yeah, no shit.
God, I hate this mission.
It looks like, oh, that didn't look pretty. Yeah, this
I'm
is the
probably
last mission, by the way.
This is probably me gonna be resetting, saving it, and then being like, alright, we'll do this mission tomorrow, or next week, or whenever we do it again. Because I think I'm
right
gonna
now,
lose
just
a lot of
fucking
people.
around, waiting until you know, I'm bridge practicing.
Yeah. Where's my character? And let me see.
But so basically we started this whole like after the like war retaliated.
Yeah. So
What,
they
punched
would
yourself?
start bringing pieces and bits of their kills.
No, it was just a set upon like, that's it. And I
Well,
called it Grant Jr.
Yeah, true. But like, it felt like there was a couple times where like Stormwalker would bring a mech torso home and throw it at you or something like that.
And it got to the point where Pokemon Master had to step in and like, okay, you two stop.
Yeah, like they were the mediator.
And the thing is, during that whole engagement, why?
Oh, I'm not
Tomb was
on this mission.
Why Tomb was crying at the end
Well,
of his first playthrough?
yeah, no, I'm not gonna try and say anything against it. I got all emotional. My first fucking playthrough of this game, this stupid ass game, I started to get emotional because Pokemon Master's character got killed, and the whole chat's freaking out. Everyone's all like, "No!" Grant's like pissed off, and I had this moment where I was all quiet, and I'm like, I like had like you know in the movie scenes where they have like a flashback and it's like grayed out and there's the sad music playing. That was going on in my head as I'm thinking about all the interactions that are no longer going to happen, and I was like. I looked at him like, you're all fucking assholes and I hate you. I'm crying right now.
But just the anger, like, right when Pokemon Master got killed, his character got killed, I got into a fit of rage.
And fucking executed the
like,
final avatar.
One tapped, like, Rapid Fire just actually, like, repeat or executed.
I think it was just one shot execute. I don't think anything propped. I think it was.
You pitched Rapid Fire.
Oh yeah, and it was the first shot that executed.
First shot, and then second shot to make sure, and that was almost kind of like a movie moment.
And it was like it was so emotional because of the fact the chat got the role play involved, and like that is a moment that I will never forget because of the fact that it wasn't the game. Well. The game had like, I mean, yeah, the game was like the base for everything, but this is what really got me wanting to start doing Dungeons and Dragons stuff. You know,
if it wasn't for me starting that whole meme stuff, I don't think it would have hit as hard.
No, I don't think it would have on it. Well, it's not just that; it's also like you started the role play with like just like for shits and giggles. You're like, I hit you with the leg, and then instead of being like, oh, all right, War Dog played along with it, right? And like there were moments where, oh, I'm not in the hospital because I got hurt. I'm in the hospital because that jackass hit me with his leg after the mission.
Like, you fucking deserved it.
Yeah. It was just I got a big smile on my face thinking about it.
That's why me and War are still kind of rivals, to be honest.
You know what I love? I love the fact that you two are like have you gamed with each other off like just messing about?
We have.
I love that.
Sometimes.
I love that. I love how like that makes me all giddy inside.
But the thing is like there's I think Jazz, you can look around. The clip may still exist.
There's a lot of clips.
No, I removed it. No, he gave me a set upon leg I said to give me from the mission, and I used it to hit him within his own fucking leg.
Mm-hmm.
I just said fuck you, good day.
I think that those VODs are gone, unfortunately.
No, but there's this clip, and I'm not forgetting it I'm going to hold this over War Dog's head for the rest of his XCOM career.
Oh yeah.
I mean it.
I know what you're talking about too.
I'm just like, okay, you know, I arranged like, hey, Arachne and Evil Lord, they're a thing, they're married, and this was when I was gone. You know, something happened, and all that I saw with the clip is like War Dog's put, you know, I need to get a wife too.
So basically, what happened is in the lore, Evil Lord and Arachne are a couple. They're married, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to say. Right? That's part of the lore. Well, without prompting it, War Dog ended up saying that this character, their character, Blaze, and Edge are a couple as well. And
no, I don't think it was that. I think it was a moment where, because Arachne was doing fantastic that run.
Yeah. Was it?
And then you're just like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. And then Wardog says unpromptly, you know, Tomb, I need to get a wife.
Yeah,
too."
it was. It was. You're right, and that's kind
And
of
I
what
just-
started the squad because it started. It fucking. You're right. It fucking started with me going fine. Because we didn't at the time didn't have a lot of people that would show
War
up.
wanted a squad, I wanted.
You
a
wanted
squad.
a second character, and like, sure, I'll give you all 2 characters, and then it became a squad. And I came up with the rule: if you want a squad, you got to take a squad of rookies out on
Trial by
a
fire,
reasonable
not
mission.
the Trial by fire.
That's fucking
My-
what happened too.
Like
You
I said, the
ass.
Trial by fire. How many ass?
Because you are. You know there's a game, Terra Invicta, when that game comes out, if you can create squads in it, fucking trial by fire.
I'm getting my own squad.
Oh my god.
And don't worry, it's gonna be like XCOM squad where I have to you know, face the fucking assassin.
So hold on. I wanted to say this. When I get a game called RimWorld and when I get Dwarf Fortress, those are games where you can have a lot of characters. Specifically Dwarf Fortress, you can have fortresses with 200 individuals, right?
Oof. Mhm.
And you could make military squads.
Mhm.
I'm gonna fucking remake everybody's military squad in Dwarf Fortress. And they're gonna be the main defenders.
I think what's also another funny moment, and this is a moment I'm holding.
Like, your fucking squads are gonna live on it for all my games that can have squad. What's your moment now?
Okay, so the moment I'm holding over Tomb's head, never, 2 moments. I have a lot of moments, but these 2 moments. When we first played Stellaris.
Fuck you. As soon as you said when we first played, I knew what you were gonna fucking say.
Here's the thing, this
Open mouth, insert foot.
This guy's like, you know.
Grant's going on and on about this. It's basically like this massive game where you could have all these different colonies in outer space.
No luck.
And like the way that I play it,
does involve little.
there's a little bit of luck. Like I even said like 5-10% luck, right? Which
like
which is a pretty decent amount, like a little bit of luck. It's primarily
You know
focused on
what?
skill, and it truly is. We're talking, me, Wardog, and Grant are talking about doing a playthrough, kind of like we are right now with XCOM, but with Stellaris.
You still need.
And Mark and I go like this. Exact words that come out of my mouth. Honestly, I don't think your luck is gonna really matter in Stellaris because there's not really much that luck would like. The only thing that you could do really is if the galaxy gets formed in such a way where you're like off in the middle of nowhere, right? I say that offhandedly. I'll be fucked if it didn't happen. That exact statement. Yeah, Rabbit Foot. That was the bot. But my God.
Wait. Can I say my perspective of the whole thing?
You can.
Okay, so I was the cocky fuck that what goes in.
He's in the
everything
corner
cocky.
giggling, right? And me and
Yeah,
Wardog are like, where the fuck are you? We're literally ignoring missions and shit to try and search for Grant just to
Mind
see
you,
where
I
the
also
fuck
did
they
the
are.
Tutorial.
Yeah,
My first time ever playing Stellaris.
First time playing Stellaris. I don't need a tutorial. Okay, I guess. This is me. Okay, I guess. If you want to go in the deep end, sure. But if you lose really fast, you understand.
Nah, I'm in the shallow pool.
Yeah, you're over there in the fucking kiddie pool.
I'm like, you know what?
And
You know
we're at
when
the
you're
deep
that
end.
friend. Yeah, you know when you were that friend that everyone like protects. That's just like, yeah, no, we protect this friend.
Can I pull that up? Do I have the Stellaris VOD on my YouTube?
So you
I might-
have that.
I don't know.
So, what basically happened was I got spawned in the corner of the map. Befriended the random AI faction across from me. And what was defending basically my area to really get in was the final boss of the game. And I didn't have an alliance with them. I had a peace pact where if they got attacked, I had to go help them. They weren't going to attack me.
I probably don't have these up on my YouTube, unfortunately, because there's like the Void era where I didn't put shit up there for unfortunate reasons.
But so just imagine you're like Stellaris and you're 3 friends playing and be like, oh yeah, whoever wins this game, like wins. And then you see one of your friends have that luck when it's their first time playing Stellaris, when they legitimately haven't done the tutorial yet or looked up any VODs of it,
Nope, I don't have it up then. Shit.
Dove into the deep end. And they're barricaded by the final boss.
Basically, imagine a game to where you're gonna lose, like, when you first play it, if you don't use the tutorial, you're supposed to lose a handful of times before you start to get down the mechanics. Then imagine an individual who stumbles their way to victory while not doing the tutorial, while just...
There was honestly no way for you guys to win unless you teamed up.
No, there wasn't.
Unless you guys teamed up, there was no way. Because by the time that you fought me, I already helped whittle down your forces. So by the time that you fought me and took out the final boss, I could just wipe you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get to... Oh, there it is. Wait, no. There it is. Clips. My clips. Shit, there's no clips of it either. Damn it.
There's no clips on mine either, so I can't check it.
Yeah.
But,
it sucks that that's lost to fucking...
It was... That moment, I'm gonna hold it over his head the entire time. Because he... And I mean this 100% when I say this. He underestimated my luck.
Like, you know the meme? You underestimated my power! That's exactly what this fucking was. Except, he's Obi, and I'm Anakin. I hate the image that just popped into my head.
You underestimate my power. Don't try it. It's just like, there's no luck in Stellaris. Ah!
I'm gonna be honest. I love all of the Star Wars films, right? Not because they're good, just because of the story and the world that they built up, right? That's the main reason I love them as much as I do. The one scene out of all the films that pisses me off so far, I have yet to watch the most modern Star Wars stuff. Yeah, I don't think the clip exists, unfortunately. Is the moment where Obi-Wan just leaves Anakin. In the films. That pissed me off so much. You know? Hello?
Yeah, I'm just reading something.
Okay, yeah, you're doing the same thing I was doing. I probably should get ready to switch
but the
games.
thing is with the other one is the one moment that I feel like really said the whole thing of like everything. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I got you. Let's think.
It's the Warlock moment. You could tell him.
Oh, the start of the... I should just listen to whatever the fuck Grant says. That was the start of that. So, pretty much kind of one of the last stories to tell before I switch on over to... Should I switch on over to Fallout after this, or Apex Legends, and see if it'll even play while I'm streaming?
Maybe do Apex, that's like a test.
Yeah, I'll do some solos in Apex for like an hour or so, and then probably wrap up. If not, like if I'm having a good time. Anyways, long story short, this isn't the time where I'm still worried about the Warlock, right? Like, the Warlock is my least favorite chosen. I always bring...
You have a nickname for the Warlock?
I always bring mind control. Not mind control, mind shields with me on missions with the Warlock. Or if there's a chance for the Warlock to pop up, I put mind shields on. Well, in this situation, I forgot to do that, and I was tempted to reload the mission, and like, I'm panicking, I'm having a breakdown. I'm exclamation point panicking. Or panic. And what ends up happening is I look in the chat and I see a certain individual that goes by the name of Grantkirkland saying, nah, it'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Right? Trying to elude my worries.
Will execute the Warlock.
And I go, alright, fine. If your character dies, I don't want to hear any complaints. And
I'm like, okay,
I
sure,
run
fine.
gun them straight to the Warlock, put the shotgun in their face with the repeater, press the trigger, executed.
One time.
And I think I threw my headset down, and I go, what the
You
fuck?
legit.
What
you
the fuck?
legitimately walked around your room.
Because that was the first time somebody in the chat had ever gone, this is exactly what's going to happen, and that's exactly what happened.
This is going to happen, and you're going to like it.
And then,
no, it's not.
And
Yes,
then a similar thing happened, except instead of one thing, it was literally like there were 2 gatekeepers and a chosen on the screen, and they said, "Oh, don't worry, this character's gonna get injured. This character's gonna bleed out." Both
like I was at this point, I was
gatekeepers and the chosen are gonna get executed, and I'm like, bullshit. Like, there's no way. And exactly that happened.
I was really pushing my fucking luck at that point.
You weren't even there. You weren't even there to see it happen, and I was like bitching at you in a positive way when you showed up and were like, so how'd it go? And I was like, fuck you, it went exactly how you said it would. Nobody died. Shouldn't you be happy? No! I'm not happy. Speaking of deaths, how many people have I lost so far? Because normally, oh god.
A lot of them. But the one thing that I feel like with,
9. We've lost 9 people so far.
I feel like with, and I remember you saying this, is like, okay, so I go into Tombstream one day and it's just like, oh, I see he's playing Hyperscape. I'm like, oh, what's this game?
Oh my
like,
god.
okay, cool.
You didn't even know about the game up to that point?
Nope. Had no clue.
That makes it worse or better, depending on your point of view.
No clue. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'll download it because I want to play more games with Tomb. We play a couple games, and his quote, "I can't even keep up with you."
Mm-hmm. I thought you knew of the game. I thought you had played the game a couple of times before then.
Nope. Not once.
Well, I'm switching over to Apex Legends, so if you want to keep talking, I'm more than up for it.
Just not even a little bit. I did like, oh, new game.
But I might get distracted.
But so then I began playing Hyperscape, and he's just like, I can't even keep up with you.
Like, and I actually played a couple of games, 3 games in a row, where my only goal was to keep up with them. And every single time, I got shredded by enemies. And I'm like, how?
And then he just sees me running still. It's
and
like,
then I just gave up on trying. Basically, I was like, I'm gonna play how I normally play a game, and just Grant is gonna be.
Grant's gonna be Grant. And like, you just deal with it.
He's gonna be my Sparks from Spyro.
It's like, wee.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! You are Sparks. You are. That is the perfect fucking character for you, Sparks.
Zero Fox Demon, and I don't care what happens.
And you're like a ridiculous like little guardian.
I also find it funny how it's just like, okay, so in Hyperscape you could win by 2 ways. Last player alive, basic BR setups, or you have the crown for a minute.
I still can't believe some of the shit you've been able to pull off with that.
Let's just say I wasn't good with aiming or with killing, so I told Tomb our plans. My plan, we don't kill. We just wait it out. We're vultures. We pick off the weak, and we just wait.
There were so many times where I tried to ignore that and get kills, and I ended up dead, and then Grant would end up winning for us against 4 different teams, full teams.
Because I would grab the crown and be like, bye. And the Tomb just look. Were you seeing
the Tomb?
Yeah, the Tomb. The Tomb was looking at the first person perspective.
I am the Tomb, King of Graves.
You're merely the vessel for the kings.
Yeah, hey, I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm like Grave Lord Neo.
But so he would see my first person perspective, and I don't think you gave me a legitimate answer. What the fuck was going through your head when you were seeing that perspective?
Error 404 KingTombs.exe has crashed. Legitimately, I'm like looking at something that I don't think I would ever be able to accomplish. But I'm like, it's like one of those things where, the meme, it's like a train wreck. It's horrible, but I can't look away. This was like... It was like almost watching... It was almost like... It was like... You know what it was? This is exactly what it was. It was if a superhero was real, like if Superman was a real thing, and he was right in front of you, and everybody's trying to kill Superman, but they don't have kryptonite. That's what it was like watching.
I was at like 1 HP like twice when I had the crown once.
And it was like, and in my head I'm going, I should say you're gonna die. And by the time I'm about to say it, you're gone.
Because what would happen is, so the squads would start getting on my tail, and the way I would fucking juke them would be like, bye. And I did little cheeky stuff, like instead of slamming my fist on the ground, I would melee by the time I hit the ground, so I had more frames to run. Like little stuff like that. But I was so good at getting someone off my tail. Cause there was a squad that was on my tail for like, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, no, there was a squad on your tail for, I think, one entire zone pool. Which...
And I fucking got him off my tail.
You got him off, you juked him into another squad, somehow surviving the squad that you ran into, and it looked like they were both gonna pull off to come after you, but they started to fight each other.
And the noises I make whenever that happens, like, whoa, 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 okay, I'm good. Let's keep going.
So this is the first time I'm ever gonna play Apex Legends with keyboard and mouse controls.
But then the famous screenshot that I have, I send this to Team after, I've been playing some solos in Hyperscape. Yeah, I just got first place getting 0 kills in the squad. By myself.
Yeah, solo squatting.
Solo squad, I got no kills.
You know, I'll admit, as impressed as I am, there's still a part of me that's like... How? How do you naturally pick up a game like that? Also, this is fucking loud for me. Holy shit.
I know, Apex, it's loud as hell. Because I'm good at fast-paced games.
You're great at fast-paced games.
You see me play Titanfall too.
I've also seen you play fucking... Guilty Gear Strive, and I'm over here going, man, I would not be I would not be surprised if I saw you at an Evo or an event similar to that.
Oh, my pop-off would be nutty. I'm just spinning up fast. My pop-off would be crazy.
Change.
Like, even if I lose, you know I'm gonna type that would still pop off.
I can barely hear you right now. They're doing a cutscene in Apex,
by tragedy,
and it's so loud for me.
Transform his pain
Press enter.
and defy reality.
Hold space to skip.
Escape. Mouse button.
Thank you. I was holding space to skip. I could barely hear you, and I heard like enter and like barely. Okay, give me the fucking not training settings. Let me lower this shit. Holy shit. Push to talk, of course.
Also, this is a very, I don't know. My luck is what I like to call convenient.
Is this showing up on my thing? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Well, why is your convenience of luck?
Because the story with, how my life was going like shit.
Uh-huh. That sounds so rude. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm born on it. That day I'm like... So... The sense of what everything was going bad for me, it was in the sense of... I don't really want to do snowshoeing, because I was going to be a gym final. Give me a second. But, I didn't want to do snowshoeing, I just don't like it. I find it boring. And I wanted to do what we did every year for gym final, was go bowling, and, just have a good time. Well, basically, how should I put this? I basically got my wish. Since I was gone for that week, the teacher that was doing the whole quiz thing for Canada stuff, which mind you, there was a fucking lucky ass guess that you would never forget if you were in that same room. It was not multiple choice at all. This was pick a random number basically in my head. So it's like what? How many chairs are on the office or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You know, like the seats for the political stuff. I said a random fucking number and I got it first try.
Oh god, that reminds me. I had a
I was the first one that answered that, by the way.
I had a. I went to a family get together a month and a half ago, right? It was a picnic type thing, and the family, like, everybody brought like sometimes little like raffles, and they had a jar of jelly beans and sour candies that they were utilizing for, like, guess how many are in a jar, right?
Oh, the basic
yeah.
Shit.
And this is another funny story to tell about, like, in of itself, about how me and my mother are with each other.
After this, I'll finish up my story, then I'll have to go.
Oh, sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Apex Legends.
She goes, hey, how about you, like, make a guess about how many candies are in the jar? And I'm like, let's. Yeah.
Devil May Cry is on sale.
Oh God, how much?
Devil May Cry, it's 75% off. 75% off for Devil May Cry 5. You should get it.
What's the monetary value?
Monetary value? What? Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah. 75% off, like, is that 75% off of $60 or $40 or?
Right now the Devil May Cry collection is $27 for me.
Probably. Anyways, okay.
Oh, it's the 20th anniversary. Let's go.
I'll look into that one, but I go, let's just save it for the kids, right? Like that. That's what my mindset was at the time. And she kind of looked at me and she's like we have like a little argument without saying anything. And I'm like, fine, 363, like 363. And she kind of looks at me and I'm like, just write down the number you want me to play. I'll play. And she wrote down the number. Everybody else was writing down like 120, 200 and something. And I was like 5 away or 10 away from the correct answer. So I ended up getting the jar of candy.
Buy Devil May Cry 5 and this comes with Virgil too. It's going till September 15th. It is $26 for Devil May Cry 5.
All right.
Plus the
I think I'll be able to get that then.
It is a beautifully fun game. But with the ending of my story. So basically, the week I was gone, I figured, well, they're going to do the weekly quiz thing. I'm only up by 1 point. You know, I lost. Big deal. Whoop. Like, big whoop. I came close. Right? And it was for, like, a Tim Hortons gift card. Like, $15 or something, right?
Yeah.
When I came back, my friend said, no, you won. Like, you won.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, you guys did the whole fucking quiz thing. Like, I didn't fucking win. And it's like, no, we didn't do quiz the week that you were gone. Right? And I'm like, oh, shit. And it didn't, like, dawn on me because I thought I was 1 point behind, right?
Oh,
and then I won it. And the same fucking day, the teacher said, yeah, it's gonna be too slushy for snowshoeing. We're just gonna go bowling.
Oh, that's great.
And the bowling alley has the Tim Hortons right next to it. And to top of it with a cherry on top with everything. The teacher, I lost like the little grading sheet and I'm like, I lost this. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. He's like, hey, you live close to the bowling alley, right? I'm like, yeah? Why don't you just meet us there? I'm like, okay. I didn't have to go to school that day. I just went to the bowling alley. They did attendance. I bought Tim Hortons. I think I also bought Burger King. And I went home. Because I didn't have a period 5.
Welcome to Apex Legends.
So...
Okay, exclamation point blame. Exclamation point blame.
Let us begin with
you wanna know what fucking just happened?
Complete the checklist on your HUD.
I go, alright, I'm gonna do training for Apex Legends. I go into training, it doesn't start. I had to leave training to get back into it for it to start. Why do you always break my games, Grant?
Because Apex wanted me to finish up my story.
Follow me.
That's why.
Sliding down hills increases speed.
Yeah, you have to be more considerate. The games are considerate.
I know.
They're very nice to me.
I had to tease because of the fact that literally I'm like, why isn't the tutorial working? This is the first time I'm playing on PC. And they did too. They wanted me to hear, cousin, let's go bowling story.
You will need to survive.
And then you get what you want.
That's exactly what it was too. I was like, what? Why is this not
The
working?
control I weirdly have over games.
Your HUD will show what you
It's
have
my
accomplished.
games that I have the issue
Follow the
with.
checklist to access and cycle through
Oh,
your
have you seen
inventory.
mine? There's something, yeah, they're different beings altogether. But, okay, so, this, also, last story, but with how Tomb saw me in Hyperscape, he could tell me I'm double the skill in Titanfall.
I'm pretty sure if Grant were to join me up and play Apex like right now, they'd probably help me win the first game I ever played.
I'm not that good in this game. Saying that flat out. I'm kind of
Shut up and take my compliment, damn it.
As many targets as you wish.
I also have no hesitation to like fucking talk to
It's
Fred.
important as well as the weapon
Like,
you hold.
I don't care.
Grab a second weapon.
But
The field
with
is full of
Titanfall 2,
choices.
this
Remember, you can carry
individual
only
Tomb
2 weapons.
has seen me
To equip another weapon,
spawn
you must
into,
swap
mind
out
you, the
one
weakest
you are
Titan
holding.
in that game, like
Choose your
health-wise,
new weapon.
a Ronin,
Oh my
and
god.
just fucking dominate. Like, you just see me take out 1 Titan, 2 Titan, 3 Titan. I just keep fucking going. And I'm just a tank, or you see me at the story match, I'm instantly, Titan's almost dead. It's like, wait, what? But they're still figuring out, and they just see me go zoom. I don't know what clicked with me with those games, but... Oh, the Rampage is honestly really good. It's a strong damaging weapon. Wingman's nice to have, it deals 45 on base damage. But it's a hard shot to do, so basically what the Wingman is a 4-tap, but if you get 1 headshot in 1 body, then it's down on the count. It also depends what armor that they're running.
Why is it not doing the switch weapons thing?
Program it. That's why.
Oh.
The Prowler is 15 damage per bullet. It's a 3 burst. It is very strong.
The fact that you just know this off the top of your head is insane.
I remember shit. I remember stats. I got that from Overwatch. I had to. I still remembered Reinhardt's damage output and how much armor takes away. And on top of that, how much his hammer does, and his fire stick, and also his pin,
Communication with your brethren.
and his shatter.
You can pick
His shatter
different
deals, I
locations,
think it deals
objects,
100 flat.
and enemies to
You're overwhelming me. Shut up.
through your pings.
Reinhardt's fire strike 100 damage.
And he keeps talking.
Shatter's 100 damage. Pin is 350. Hammer is 80.
Let's go this way. Faster, Russia.
Brain no bird.
Let's go this way.
Tomb Knight Yancy has died. Would you like to reset your computer to upload the program or update it with new information?
Like you're talking, Bloodhound's talking, I'm like, I'm trying to listen to Bloodhound, I'm trying to listen to you, and I'm hearing you say what their abilities are, and I'm like, I'm not, I'm getting overwhelmed.
Oh, Lifeline's really useful.
Hold 3? Talk to Pathfinder.
Pathfinder! No robot buddy! Since this game is also is basically made by Respawn, so you're going to see some Titanfall
Hi,
stuff.
friend. I'm Pathfinder. I'm excited to fight you in the ring.
But
first, let me give you some helpful
Lifeline
tips. Working together in a squad is very important and very fun.
She can res
Here
two
is your
teammates at once,
squad
or
mate,
res a
a
teammate.
digital
They haven't
utility
used
Mach
that
Man intelligent
res
example.
as a shield.
Or
That's
dummy
kinda
for
crazy.
short.
Yeah,
During a
Lifeline's
match,
like
you or your
top tier
teammates
right
can
now. I
get
still love
knocked
her.
down.
Well, I'm probably gonna
But
just play, like, do solos and mess around for a little bit. Also, I think I need to make this a little bit lower because I think it's still a little too loud.
Well, I'm gonna go because I broke your brain.
I mean, if you have to go, of course. I mean, I'm okay with you sticking around.
What's your playstyle, by the way?
Depends on how this game plays. If I gotta go
This
like
game's fast. But what would your normal playstyle be?
Well, when I'm playing Warzone, I have a tendency to like, and I don't like waiting around. So I have a tendency to try and find fights.
Okay, so find fights. So the guns that I recommend you to use some heavy weaponry guns. So my guess is to go more on the heavy side. But if you prefer a burst down rush, you can be the R301 and the R99. The R99 is SMG that goes through all the bullets in probably around 2 seconds.
All right.
But it's a really strong burst. R301 is your balanced rifle that you used in Titanfall 2, which was the R201 or R101. So, yes, I know a lot. Deal with it. But that is tactical ability, which is your bot heals people.
Great job.
It's
Helping out your squad is the best, but sometimes they die.
Yeah, put it close to the friend and it'll kill them.
Hold on.
Don't worry too much. You still have a chance to bring your friend
also heals
back.
you too.
Approach
Don't
dummy
dare her
stash
pop
and
under.
grab their banner.
I swear I'll know.
Let's
No,
explore this way.
I can tell you. Watch, I'm trying to figure out how to make it to where it's.
Cycle weapons. Oh, it's scroll wheel down. That's
No,
why.
I know. I set that up. That's not it. This is okay. Hold on. This is tap. I don't like tap aim.
Oh, tap aim.
Is there a way to make it hold?
Toggle?
Yeah, toggle.
Give me a minute.
Hold on.
You could do that. Okay, so go back to the option settings.
The gameplay settings or?
Yeah. Because I can show you. Go to weapons and abilities. Go down. That may be it. If not, it's gonna be mouse and keyboard, and there's gonna be a certain thing that will just say toggle aim, and you just assign it there.
Well, that's accessibility stuff.
So go to mouse and keyboard. There will be something that will say toggle aim, and then you just assign something to that, or assign the button that you're doing the aim to. So right click. So you go to mouse and keyboard settings.
I'm there.
Yep.
I'm looking
go to
for
weapons and abilities.
Weapons and abilities.
Keep going down. Toggle, aim down sight, toggle, and hold. So you can change the right click to hold.
Okay.
There you go. Trust me, I'm a certain kind of player. So.
Thank you.
I
There
prefer
we go.
I don't like toggle. It bugs me.
Well, everyone has their different playstyles.
And since I'm fast and aggressive, I don't want to like press right click again to like not aim.
I got what you're. Yeah.
Does that feel better?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, that was my last bit of gift.
Thank you.
You could get shot.
Off to the void I go.
Have fun in the void.
Here they come.
Let me get out of the Discord call. That was fun. That was very fun. Well, let's play a little bit of. Oh, actually, you know what? After this tutorial, let's wrap up the video for YouTube. I'm gonna have to mesh these together and throw this up later, and then I'll restart it when I'm getting ready to play into a game of Apex Legends. So, bye YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the randomness. That was the conversations between me and Grantkirkland. Links in the description below. You know what to do. Till next time, take care, and have a good one, YouTube. Bye-bye. Oh, it's shift.